Yes, good people. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. Today, a bit of again some news, and then you can say some transfer news, yes, and then some other news, and then we'll have a bit of discussion. We're going to predicted lineup. We'll try to get it done as soon as possible before it gets late. But more importantly, good morning once again, good afternoon, and good evening. I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. I sincerely do hope you're doing well. Sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, once again, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another Blue Mountain Show. I hope you're all doing well. Santiago Munoz, big up to you. And again, big up to my bro and friend, Liam Lane, if you're watching, because you're usually the first to comment. But Santiago, more importantly, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. Good morning, Newman Isaac. I hope you're doing well. Newman, it's been a minute. Please do let me know you're doing well. Again, I wish our lineup will be Kepa Silva, but Yashile, Chilwell, Reece, Enzo, Kovacic, Chukwemeka, Zakaria, Mudrik, Noni, and Dr. Fafana as our main man. Let's see what the manager does today. I'm sad again today, coach. Again, my relative died. Oh, he's a Chelsea former player. Oh, okay, you're talking about Christian Atsu. Sorry to again to hear that. Again, we will observe a minute silence for him in a beat. Again, sorry to hear that. The news out there were, conflicting. At first, we heard that he's been found, and then again, we heard again that they're still looking for him. And right now, they say they found him and that he's passed already. Sorry to hear that. My condolences to you and your family once more. Good morning, Chelsea fans. Again, that's Badu Kevin. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. And please, as you're joining, if you haven't taken a second, drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, the likes do go a long way. Let's get up the likes. He was a part of the earthquake that happened in Turkey. Yeah, again, like I said, I was following the story. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. There were conflicting reports. Some say he was found. Some say he hasn't been found, and now we're hearing he was found but dead. Sorry to hear that again once more. I cannot say that enough. Again, a tragic situation indeed. A lot of people have lost their lives. Yeah, again, condolences to those who have again any person who may have a family member, a relative, or a friend who's passed away due to that. Again, unfortunate natural disaster. He was again. Yep, thank you. I've read that. Newman Isaac, that line of yours again. I agree with you that lineup of feast again. That's Taliwa. How are you guys doing? Please keep liking the stream and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Big up Francis Winters. Nice to see you. I don't think I've seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Please do let me know you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. I appreciate all your support. Here we have again the Angel Fernandez master class coming in. I hope to see that. I hope to get goals from Datra Fafana today. Hopefully he starts. Hopefully the manager doesn't drop into the bench and again start Kai Havertz, but it wouldn't make any sort of sense. Akeem Frankson, again, top of the morning, Chelsea family, top of the morning to you too. I hope you're doing well. And Michael says again, how are you doing today? I'm doing well, Michael. How about you? I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for finding the time to join the show. Guys, it looks like we'll get to 100 as soon as possible. We have 20 likes already, and that's a good sign. So if you're just joining, if you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you have. More importantly, after subscribing, do hit the notification button so whenever we go online, you'll be notified. Again, you don't want to miss that. Watch along today's game. Yep, definitely. We're gonna do watch along, and again, so we will this particular the Blue Morning Show will go till again about 10 minutes before the game starts. And then we'll switch it to the game. We're not going to do again the Blue Morning Show, and then do a separate show for the pregame show. So we're not planning on doing that today. I don't believe that we are going to win this game today. That's the kind. If I start hearing that, then that's when I always argue we're winning this one. I don't like to see people start this again, to see people start being overconfident, saying we're winning and this and that. And that's when I get concerned. Same to you, my coach. Again, I hope you all again have a blessed day. Thank you, my brother. I hope you do the same. Miko says again, we're gonna miss those Champions League nights next season. Tuchel handed this crowd coach again a gift. Here's the thing: just support the club, and I hopefully, you never know, we could still win it because they were just one goal down. I remember in 2012, the first edition we won. In Italy, we lost again 3-1 to Napoli. That's I call them the Cavani gang. I think Cavani was still at Napoli then. And then in the second leg, we turned things around. And this is just one goal. All we need to be is beat them 2-0 at home. And if they score one, then we need to beat them 3-1, and we're through. But let's see what happens. We can keep the faith, support the team, and we can never say never. Again, and whole blue family. Yes, greetings to everyone. Valley. Again, I think it's Valley because you told me. Good morning, coach. Morning, panel. Good morning, all. Big up to you too, Valley. I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for finding the time to join the show. Hello, coach. Again, how are you? Again, I missed your stream. I don't have internet these days. I hope everyone watching is fine. Oh, sorry to hear that, but I hope you're doing well. More importantly, but again, thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. The show will not run away, even whenever you miss it. The next time it's on, you can always join. But more importantly, it's good to see you, Asma. I appreciate you finding time to join the show. Good again, Chelsea second. Sonny Yanto. I like your name. Thank you so much. And correct me if I don't pronounce your name correctly. Please do let me know. Again, I prioritize pronouncing people's names correctly, because if I say my real name here, some of you will not be able to say correctly, except if you're Nigerian, or maybe Africans will be able to say correctly, if that makes sense. Again, if you're watching, if you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, the likes do go a long way. And if you're watching, please again do take a second, let us know. Again, let me know again whether you're looking forward to today's game, whether you're concerned. I want to hear your thoughts. Big up Kishan, the New York guy. Big up, bro. Nice to see you once more again. I hope you're doing well. Thanks, Coach. Again, good to see you too. I appreciate that. And Kimso. Yep, RIP Atsu. Again, may he so rest in profit, please. Oh man, we'll have again a minute silence when we'll start talking about him proper. What a tragedy has been. Lots of people have lost their lives in Turkey, and also it did affect parts of Syria. So many people have died. So again, not good news. Again, not good at all. Again, is Thiago Silva resting or injured? I think he's being rested, which makes sense. I suspected he'd be rested. If you watch the lineup, my predicted lineup, the YouTube shot, you'd see I didn't start him, but I started Reece James. I didn't know he was going to get rest. He was going to be rested. But let's see. Yeah, it's a strange one, really, which means we're not prioritizing the league for James to be rested too. That one is shocking to me, if that makes any sort of sense. I think I can say again, your real name, Coach. Again, I have African friends. You want me to say, okay, I want me to type my real name? Okay, I'm going to type my real name to see if you can say it. But I can't hear you, so I'm not going to type it there right now. But we'll give it a shot. If you're on the panel, then we'll give it a shot. This was just gonna. If we don't win this game today, Potter should be really. Why are you spelling it like that? Sucked? Is that the way you spell it? I'm not sure why you spell it like that. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Asma against Silva is resting. Yep, that's what we heard. A striker, Eugene notice against a striker must score, but it cannot be just a striker. Yep, you've been preaching that for days now, and you're very correct. The goals should come from every department of the team. Again, that's what you get. Again, that's what winning teams do. You get, again, even you could say, if you check those times that we've won the league, the goals come from even the Champions League. The goals come from the defenders, the midfielders, and the attackers, the wingers, not just the attackers. Again, so I agree with you. It makes sense. Because as so I can say, where is the winger? Saka, Mahrez, Vinicius, CR7, Almiron, all those people, they do score. So I get your argument, and it does make sense. I would not play. I wouldn't play Thiago Silva, Enzo, João Felix, Reece James. I would, okay, Reece James, Ben Chilwell, just keep them injury free and fit again for the second leg against Dortmund. Do not risk them getting injured. So to me, again, practically we're writing off this season. We're not planning. We're not planning again. Maybe they don't think we can make top four. Maybe so they're prioritizing the Champions League. And again, what I heard, again, the belief is that we can win it, that we're good enough to win it. But let's see. Do you think Potter should be sacked? Even if I think so, it doesn't change anything. Here's what I like to say is that I have a lot of question marks. Yeah, I think he's a very good coach, but I don't think he's a very good tactician. That's my opinion. A lot of people think otherwise. Do you think there's something going on behind the scenes that we're resting so many players? I don't think so. It's simple. If I look at it common sense, or let me say my logic is that we're prioritizing Champions League. And we've heard before that's a strong belief, again, within the Chelsea hierarchy and the squad and the manager that we can actually win the Champions League this year. And I don't doubt them. Yep, again, it's belief. It's as simple as that. Chelsea till I die. Nice to see you. Valley says, I think Porter and Bolly agreed to forfeit the Premier League and put all the eggs in one basket. The second leg against Dortmund and going through to the next round of the Champions League. But it's a huge risk. Maybe they feel like the players, even without Thiago Silva, Reece James, again, and Cucurella, that we can still comfortably beat Southampton. They've been in awful form. Maybe they're not well acquainted with what we call Charity FC. It's a phenomenon that I believe that is well and truly in existence. So people, if you're watching, if you haven't, as you're joining, please be sure to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Let's get it to 10,100 subscribers as soon as possible. Right now, we're at 10,000, I think 79. Yep, 79 subscribers. Keep liking the stream and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Dixon Donald Porter will face the sack if Chelsea again don't win today. I don't. Again, it depends. Let's see what happens. Really, we cannot buy another striker in a row and think we'll solve the problem. That's not the case again. But you don't have to add nonsense to your comment there. I like reading it, but nonsense doesn't have to be part of it. Why do people think the problem is the coach? Last game against BVB, we did 21 shots and we played very well. I wouldn't say we played very well. I'd say we played better than we did, that we played for a while. This game's again, it takes time. Yep, that's the truth. To understand the players, to build a chemistry for me, I'm not judging. Yep, that again, people differ. We all see things from different lenses. This season, maybe next season. Let's see what happens here. You didn't notice this again. We will see how many players are real class again and who has a finishing ability. I want to see that. I think it's high time to get a manager with all the good players again that we have in this team. Still, again, I get your argument, but I don't think it make any sort of sense to sack Graham Potter right now. The UEFA Champions League is very open this season. Why do you say that? Can you elaborate, Kimso? I really do want to know why you think the UEFA Champions League is very open this season. Yeah, I sincerely do want to know because we still have big teams. We still have strong teams there. So why do you say it's very open? We have nothing to lose. Yep. Yeah, let's go for it. 21 shots FC. Yeah. Here's the thing. A lot of people are saying we played well, and a lot of people are countering that argument with the argument saying, okay, you can't say we played well because we didn't win the game. So to me, again, you could argue, say, yeah, if we played well, we should have won the game. But since we didn't win the game, again, it doesn't make any sort of sense to start the argument saying, yeah, we won, we played well. I don't know if that makes any sort of sense to you. So for this, again, out of respect for the OGs here, I'm gonna go put this to subscriber only mode, if that makes sense. Yeah, because just give me 1 second customization here. Subscribers only mode in 1 minute. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to do that. But that's, by the way, again, we'll move on. Since, again, we're not doing membership, but again, at least subscribe and also drop a like on the video. It does go a long way. 21 shots. Again, what else do we have here? My deepest condolences to Atsu family for their tragic loss. This is a tragedy, and all my prayers and my heart goes out to them. This is, again, a very sad day for Chelsea Football Club. Yep. Again, yep. Again, that's just what it is. Again, may he so rest in perfect peace. Amen. Fun fact again, after Tuchel went to India, we're so bad to score goals. I see the problem. I get where you're going. Some people, it's easy to start arguing that he may well be the reason we're struggling. That's because he's praying for karma because maybe we treated him badly. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm not. I believe in higher power, but I'm not that superstitious. If that makes sense. I think we don't need a striker because Nkunku will be better for our style. I think it makes sense. Yep. And if you listen to Graham Potter say something, what he said when he asked about us being linked with a striker, his response again something to the effect of Man City just recently signed signed again Erling Haaland, but before then they were doing really well. So if you paid attention to that, to me, I don't think he likes playing with again traditional strikers. Just like as again, he doesn't differ that much from Thomas Tuchel. The only again pronounced difference between Graham Potter and Thomas Tuchel is that his team is more direct, more vertical passes from his team than you'd see on the Thomas Tuchel side. Next week, Liverpool, Real Madrid again, and Manchester United, Barcelona. Oh yeah, the Europa League and Manchester United, Barcelona. That would be delicious to follow. I watched the last one. Yeah, it was again a goals galore. 4 goals in total, 2-2 draw. But it was again an exciting match to watch. Just give me 1 second. Let's do this in a bit. We're gonna switch topics. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Yep, rest in peace, Christian Atsu. And I remember him quite well. I think we signed him on the Mourinho's second spell. It didn't really work out for him. He joined Newcastle United on loan. I don't remember again the rest of the story, but that's by the weekend. What a play! He was very. I remember him for his pace. He was very quick. But that's by the way. Whatever you're doing, just give me 1 second. Let me find a timer here. Um, we have to again observe 1 minute of silence for him and for again every other again person that have died due to that tragic earthquake. And that again, you could say dark day in world history. It will be remembered because it affected Turkey and also it did affect Syria too. A lot of people died and those lives all mattered. So just give me 1 second. I'll be back with you guys. I need to find some again. Just give me 1 second, please. Bear with me. Let's do this again for the sake of those who have lost their life in that tragic earthquake. If you don't mind, I think it's all worth. Let's do it for them. Again, it's one world, really. I'll be back with you guys. Just give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. I'll be right with you guys in a minute. Just give me 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Okay. Big up, Ty. How are you doing?
I'm very saddened.
Yeah, the news of again Chris and Atsu, right?
Yeah, it's shocking because it was confusing to me because I saw reports saying that he was found alive, and then for me
Yeah,
to
there
wake
are
up this morning,
conflicting reports out there. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, and then for me to wake up this morning and see that they said that his body was found, that just really shook me. It's
Yeah,
very
I'm not sure
unfortunate.
why the reports were conflicting. At first, it came out quickly. Again, in the moment we heard that he was again trapped, the next thing we heard that he's been rescued, he's alive, and then the next thing we heard, no, they haven't been found. And then the next thing, boom, again, yeah, they found him and it's dead. That's unfortunate, really. Um, yeah. So again, if whatever you're doing, please again stop typing. Let's again observe a minute of silence. Whether you're typing, whether please again just a minute of silence for the deceased. Again, those who died, not just Chris and Asu. A lot of people have died. They're in the thousands right now. So please, I'll let you know when to stop. So yeah, let's go for it. 1 minute of silence, please. Thank you so much for obliging. I sincerely do appreciate that. Again, may his soul rest in peace. And our condolences, sincere condolences to his family. Rest in peace, young man. That's again. Let's move on here. R.I.P. Christian Atsu. Yeah, but thank you so much for saying that. I think Tuchel is become an opener for opening his short term. Um, Maybe I think that's the case. Chinedu Obiagam again. Good morning, coach. Good morning to you too, Chinedu. I hope you're doing well. And please, if you're watching, if you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much for all the support. We keep growing. Yep, RIP to Christian Atsu. Why is again so hard to get Santos his work permit? Him and Enzo will be decent. We'll talk about that in the beat and the void. But big up, brother. Nice to see you, coach. Again, Vamos for the win. Yes, I hope we do that. I hope we'll win again. Nice to see you, brother. It's been a minute. Please do let me know that you're doing well. I think again, I am so like it's so late to congratulations on 10K subscribers. Don't worry, brother. Again, lateness is greatness. It doesn't matter. We keep growing. Let's get it again to 11,000 as soon as possible. The community keeps growing, and it's all because of your support. If you're just joining, if you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much, people. Coach again excited about Nkunku's arrival in the summer. He's dynamic. He's gonna add goals again. He's gonna create chances too. Again, he says again. I haven't seen him play in the 10th position. Maybe I have not been paying attention properly. He says he likes to see himself as a number 10. But if we keep Felix, that would be fine. Maybe in a fluid approach, whoever drops deep is capable of creating that. Whoever again occupies the number 9 position, if that makes sense. And Kunku is a finisher again, so necessary for waste of money. Yeah, we don't need to sign another striker. I don't know, Ty, did you pay attention to what Graham Potter said regarding the search for a striker? Happy birthday to the legend that is Claudie McLaren. Yep, the original. You could say the original number 60. You could argue that. Or DM. Can we come to a consensus on Rice? I watched him and he does nothing. A lot of people think that. To me, I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's the player we need at Chelsea Football Club, if that makes any sort of sense. But here's the thing, if the manager wants him, I'm not going to argue against that. But that's just that. I'm not going to waste my energy trying to argue against what the club hierarchy want. But the truth remains, all this while we've been hearing rise, up, down, rise left and right. If the club really wanted, wants him, would get him by now, or except if they're trying to get him on a cheap. But it doesn't make any sort of sense. We better win tonight. If we lose, sack Potter straight away. You're sounding like if it's gonna be me that say, you know what, Potter, we're done with you. Can we go for again, Yusuf Fofana from Monaco? I think you said that before. Instead of Rice, there are many better players than Rice. A lot of people will tell you Rice is the better again, will be the better fit for the club. Big up Blues again, RIP Christian Atsu. Damn again, Junis again. I was told he was found. Yeah, he was found, but was found dead. Again, lots of conflicting reports out there before the sad news this morning. Big up. I watched the training video posted by Chelsea on IG, and I looked again. It looked a freestyle rush again, and I think we need a better attacking drills. Wow, that's something.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though.
Did you see that? Did you see the video he's talking about?
Yes, but they're not gonna show. They're not gonna just put up what their attacking drills are like, on social media
Yeah, in
where
the
a lot of
open
people.
sessions. Yeah, go ahead, Ty. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I mean, people need to be careful. We have attacking drills. We're not going to just expose what we do, because then people will be doing all their scouting. It'd be like when coaches go to training grounds just to see what their opponents are planning to do. But we're giving them that fuel. We're giving them the ability by simply posting what we're doing on social media. It will be foolish. So I'm pretty sure we have better attacking drills than that, and you can't just be robotic. You have to be free. You have to have some level of joy, because you can't just be work, because obviously then that's when the mentality gets weaker, and there won't be any time for calming down, relaxation. So I think people shouldn't look too much into it, and plus they can't show the entire hours of the drills on their book.
Yeah, it makes sense. They cannot show you everything in an open session. You again, it wouldn't make any sense for them to do that. They just do basic stuff. They won't do anything tactical, so you don't, because you can tell the opponent quite a lot. See how they're preparing, so see what they're going to be trying to be doing. And by the way, Eugene Naughty, I don't know again the Yusuf of Fafana very well. Maybe I need to watch him even more to learn how he operates. In Kunku, Victor Simhem will be a good link up. Will be a good link up front. Well, yeah, I don't think we'll be spending that much money on Nkunku actually. If that's what at least that's what I think. But let's see what the club does. Um, Ty, did you hear again Graham Potter's response when asked about the clubs being linked to again the club in such again the rumors that the club that was searching for a striker? Did you pay attention to his
Is it
response?
is is it when he said that when he made some mention of for the last 4 to 5 years teams have won the Premier League without having a striker? Is
Yeah.
that it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what do you get
So
from that? I'm getting again. He doesn't sound like he's into traditional strikers. And given how if the strikers are that important to him, traditional strikers are that important to him. Dato Fofana, who has that ability, or maybe
yeah.
Aubameyang, he'd accommodate one of them in the Champions League squad. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, so therefore, and that's the point I was going to make next. We have Dr. Fofana, who is a promising player. I mean, he had his Premier League debut. He came off the bench, nearly got a goal, and I'm pretty sure, like you said, he has a reputation of using your traditional striker number 9. But I mean, most of the times at Brighton, even in the latter stages, he will play Welbeck, but he goes for fluidity as well. If you look at the way that he plays, and even Welbeck isn't your traditional striker. He holds up the ball, yes, but he's also able to go wide. Also has a ability to control the ball, create as well, So it's not a case where you have him and you're just trying to find the striker, and he's gonna go for fluidity. And he even said that in, I'd have to paraphrase it because I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something about it's better you have a better attacking pattern rather than just having that striker up top and you just trying to find them, because then it's going to affect everybody else in the team. But you're going to be finding this player, and that reduces the chances of you getting goals. And that is why right now even seeing it, and that's why we're struggling, because we don't really have players in the attack that can really finish, or if they do take shots, it doesn't go in. It hits the bar, it goes wide. So that's where the issue lies. It's about getting players around them. And then Kunku is a finisher. He has the ability to shoot. You have Dash Fofana, who is not your regular number 9. So he would be able to be accommodated. And we still have him. And I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Aubameyang, but Fofana is there. So we do have a striker. So it's not like we have no striker at all. We do. But he's not a regular striker. And plus, we have Broha, who will be coming back, although we don't know how he will do when he comes back from injury in the summer. So I don't really think getting a striker is one of the top priorities. Probably getting a goalkeeper or another midfielder or something along those lines is probably the priority. I don't think a striker is really needed. It's about trying to get the best that you have out of these players and trying to get clinical from the attackers.
Again, from that response, I get it. I get the rumors or what was out there. That what's his name? The former Chelsea striker spoke with the owners. He told them that we need a striker, and they agreed we need a striker. To him, again, the man clearly, as much as I still have question marks over his tactical abilities, again, I don't think he's into strikers. And I know you, from everything you explained, I know you've come to that. We knew before time that he's not into traditional strikers, just like Thomas Tuchel. But now that statement from him confirms that's really the case. Nkunku, Victor Osimhen, we've read that again. Tony Cascarino has been questioning Porter's tactics on TalkSport. He doesn't believe in Porter. He has every right to do that. Like, for me, also, I have questions over Graham Potter's tactical ability. And I've said this before, there's a difference between being a good coach and being a good tactician. Coaching is a different thing from being tactician. Again, I hope Potter actually manages a 3-0 win today. I want to see that. Again, what is, again, an acceptable price for Rice? I think 40 million. Right now, probably around that price. But do I think Chelsea will go for him? I really don't think. Reece James, I have to be honest to you, I don't know. Again, let's see what happens. Morning, Chelsea. Need a good finish. Walter or Moregbe, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Again, people, if you're watching, if you haven't taken a second, drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, the likes do go a long way. Let's get it to 1,100 subscribers. We're at 10,100 subscribers. But we have, again, 10,082 subscribers. Let's get it to that as soon as possible. We can, but only, again, if you keep liking the video and also subscribing. And if you're watching, if you're not able to participate in the chat, again, I want to say thank you to you. You provide a great, immense value to the community. And if you can, please, again, just take a second, drop a like on the stream. That will go a long way. But thank you so much for always supporting the channel. Eugene Nachi, Badia Sheila, 35 inches. Again, Havard, 35 inches high. James, again, against Southampton. What's that? What is it? Is this their height? What are you mentioning? I'm not sure what you're mentioning there. You have to be
think
specific.
He's trying to predict who the goal scorers will be, but James is not in the squad. So.
But James isn't playing today. If that's what he's doing. Claudio Kone is an option. What New York guy said again in comments yesterday. Oh, how about New York guy? Have I seen him today? Prediction for the match: a draw or 1-0 loss. Wow. Some Chelsea fan you are. Big up, coach. Potter doesn't actually know who he will be signing next. Next, again, Barley just hands him the controllers and say, press X. Yeah, press X. That's then it happens. But that's, by the way, again, I hope you're not going to kill me here. Again, I prefer a false 9. I do too. Again, I don't believe in channeling all the goal scoring opportunity through a single individual. There's no better. Again, Nkunku will make us even better. Osimhen, it's Lukaku without muscles, but he has a better touch with Lukaku. I wouldn't compare him. I think he's a better player than Lukaku overall. Over 16 million would be mad again and overpaying for Rice. I wouldn't even advocate for us to get him. Tactics, Potter needs that. Yep. Again, a 254. Correct me if I got the number wrong. But how are you doing, my Kenyan brother? Let me see what else we have here. So again, with so many men players not playing today, are we playing Kepa up front? I don't know. It remains to be seen. I think even with those players out, I think we still have a strong enough squad. The question is, even if the rationale was that again they've been playing that Southampton have been playing back to face them, we're in for the shocker of our lives because they get what's called new manager bounce. Yeah, so let's see what happens today. Again, Potter's tactics is very poor. After leaving Brighton, again, are more better of. Okay, you some mix up there. I'm quite sure. We head on to the next topic we have lined up here, so that soon we have to do the predicted lineup so that we get it done as before the lineup gets leaked. Because if it doesn't, it would just be a waste of time for us the whole day. Give me 1 second. I'll get back to you in a bit. Let's go. Yep. This one right here, Andrew Santos is joining Palmeiras on loan until December. Here we go. Chelsea have 1.5 million recall clause in June. In case, again, I think we were able to get him a work permit. But there were rumors, again, that given this tweet here from PIS or PYS, there were rumors that we did apply a second time and it was rejected. But this implies that wasn't the case. Chelsea have not applied for a work permit for Andre Santos as he is unlikely to feature in the team in the weeks ahead and will instead apply ahead of the 23-24 season. Santos will likely go on loan before joining in the summer. So it does make sense now. And I think if they apply a second term, I think they get him a work permit. What do you think, Ty? His exploit, maybe given his exploits in the under-20 competition. All right, it looks like Ty isn't available to talk, so I'm going to keep speaking with you, and soon we get into the lineup building size. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. What else do we have, Ty? Whenever you're ready to talk, just let me know. What else we have? Again, such a shame he didn't get his permit. Again, this is saying again. I remember the first one didn't work. But this sounds like this implies that again they didn't try a second time. They're just waiting to apply for the 23-24 season. Maybe again the plan will be he goes out on loan again, plays in the Brazilian first division. So that adds to his you could say pedigree and will help again boost his point to get a work permit. I'm not sure if that's the case, but that's by the way. We move on from that one. I think that's it. That's all. Again, we have anything else that comes to mind? I don't think there's anything else we have lined up to talk about, except we go into looking at again the match here. If we're talking about recent form, yeah, they're not in great form, and that's where I'm concerned really. Southampton in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. I think there's more actually if we go further back. They've lost 1, 2, 3, 4. They lost at home, and those are awful losses. They lost at home to Newcastle United. They lost, then they beat. Again, in this one, they beat Blackpool. I think that's not the Premier League game. Southampton beat them again. Newcastle beat them again. Brentford beat them 3-0. Wolverhampton Wanderers beat them 2-1. They've been in awful form, and that's when I usually get concerned because. Yeah, I don't see anything that shows me again the mentality issue, which we call you can say the charity FC factor. I don't see anything that shows me that again we've beaten that or maybe it no longer happens. It is well and truly in existence. If you think when you come and say we're going to mop a team, we're going to use a team to mop a floor, that even if that team has lost, you can say 100 games, and we're the 101 team they play, if you think it would make it 101 losses, then you don't hold your breath for that, because you're going to just die for nothing. So it doesn't make any sort of sense. And for us, we've been in better form, but that's I'm not going to bank on that. I just want to see it happen, then I'll take it. I can't say this is how I think the game will pan out. If I'm being honest, let's look at the insights here. Ranked 13th in goals scored, and they are ranked 17th. In that aspect, we're better off. Chelsea and Southampton have not drawn any of their last 4 matches against each other, which means, there's going to be a win today. The question is, again, who wins this one? They haven't kept a clean sheet in 7 matches, which means, we'll score today. Have lost their last 3 matches. This one, as much as I say statistically, if you look at this one, you'd say, yeah, we've beaten them. That's where I get concerned due to the charity FC factor. I hope that don't end up becoming the case. But that's why the way we move on from that. I heard, again, it was a very close margin. Again, all Chelsea need to do is to marry Santos again with. Okay, I'm not gonna go into that again. Now you're playing green card games right now. In terms of head-to-head, out of how many games in total? Okay, that's a 14, 18, 24 meetings with them. We won 14, we drew 6, and they won 4. Okay, let's look at the last recent games. 1-1, we beat them 3-1. We beat them 5-4. That looks like a penalties. We beat them 6-0 away, and then they beat us 2-1. Okay, you see. So yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath saying that we're going to win this one, because it's never going to be easy. Let's see what we have here again. And if you're in the chat, I want to get your thoughts as to why the club, Reece James, why rest him? Why rest players? To me, it just, again, just writes clearly on the wall that the Champions League is the priority, not the Premier League. I'm not sure, but you could still argue, even with Reece James being rested, we still have a strong enough squad to beat Southampton. That may well be the reasoning behind James being rested. Potter and making it home. Safe again if he draws again. Let's see what happens. It's not up to us. And whatever happens, I think he stays till the end of the season at least. I don't think they'd be in a rush to let him go. They believe in him. They signed him as a potential now, not because of his pedigree. And I'm quite sure, thanks to Ty for revealing, before they signed him, he had 31% win percentage. I'm quite sure they quite sure they were well acquainted with that again stats before they went for him. So yeah, again, a multitude of reasons why I don't think they'd sack him just like that. And here again, please again send the link. Ty, were you saying something? Sorry. Okay, I don't think you were.
I was.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was trying to say something, but it looks like he couldn't hear me. I was saying that something about that. You mentioned something about one of the stats, and then about if they've lost 100 games and we're the 101 game that they have. That is the thing. Southampton in recent years have been a what's the word? They've been a club that we've started to struggle against. I mean, I remember when they featured us, not this season, in one of the seasons, and since then we've struggled to really break them down. So I think they've become a team that we have to be at our best and perform at the highest level to beat them, and we haven't been in that situation for a while, so it's going to take some time. But yeah, I mean, it all comes back to, you can't really use those stats, because even if we've won them 59 times, the 60th game they can win the game, because that's just the identity that we've recent times. So we have to be careful about that. But I mean, we just have to see what happens.
I think at least it gives you a feel of what the outcome will most likely be. But go ahead.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People are saying we're going to draw the game, and perhaps that could happen. But it all comes down to the team that we choose and the mentality. Is that Curry back, by the way?
Yeah, he should be in the squad. I didn't hear anything about him being rested.
Okay, so that means that I understand that option.
Yeah. Again, let's see what else we have here. Again, subscribe to Chelsea Station. That's formerly Titux CFC. If you haven't, again, don't the branding. What you see, the logo there is just a test. So it will be changed. Ty is waiting for the main copy to be delivered. So again, subscribe if you haven't. The link is pinned at the very top there, so that again,
Ten,
once you join,
10 away. I'm 10 away
sorry,
from 800. 10 away from 800 subscribers.
10 subscribers away from getting to 800 subscribers, and we can help them get there. So please, if you haven't, go check out Titux YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. The link is pinned at the very top of the chat window, so you can click through it. It makes it easier for you. Yes, people, 63 likes. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. So if you're watching, if you haven't, take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Let's get into the lineup again, lineup building exercise, so we can get it done as soon as possible. If we can get a break between, again, now to the time the game starts, I take it. Ty, let's get into it right away. Let's not waste any sort of time. I'm going to say between the sticks, Petr Cech for me. What do you think?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, he just said, yep. And Ty, you're back for, but quickly, let me get this one again. A big up, everyone. Again, I have a great feeling about this one. Boys, again, we're only moving up. I hope that happens. Yeah, or maybe Hilario. Maybe even that would be the good choice.
No, I
So
don't want it
Ty,
to be hilarious. I don't want it to
yeah,
lose hilariously.
yep. Ty, you're back for. Let's get it.
I guess well, I don't know how you normally do this, but I'm gonna say wait, it was defenders. Obviously, Silva is out, so I when I say out, he's being rested. I guess we have no other option than to probably well, brother Chile and Koulibaly.
Yeah.
Please.
Who stays on the left? It doesn't.
Buddy Sheila.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Hey,
Brother Chile, yeah.
I love that bad brother. I think he's really good.
But Chile? No, I don't. I think he's a bad player. I think we should sell him in the summer.
Yeah.
For me.
How you doing, Coach?
Yeah, I'm doing well, brother. Yeah, I think we should sell him in the summer. I started singing him praise from last summer, and I took my time to research him.
Are you calling that? You're calling that?
I researched him real good that I was even to recognize that his headed clearances, how he does that, I don't know. Actually, his headed clearances usually lands on the feet of his teammates. He doesn't just that's headed away. How he's able to do that, I don't know seriously. That's how much I like the kid, really. And if you see him play, the maturity that he plays with, if you don't know, you think he's like 22, 23. You think like he's 24, 25, really, if I'm being honest.
Coach,
yeah, go ahead.
He's 21. He's 21.
Yeah, I know. But if you don't know, you think he's 25, 26. Like, again, he's played the game for a long while and all that. He's just so good. That good.
He's so good.
Yeah. And he's a good passer of the ball, too. I want to start you with this question again, Carlito. The players left out. The players were hearing that, that are being rested. Your thoughts, what does that tell you? The priority of the club, again, from that perspective, maybe.
It's a really tough one for me, Coach, because I always think that 3-4 days rest is sufficient. So, man, I don't know if I can get with Potter on this one. I don't think so. Reece James, I get. Look, Reece James, João Felix, these are probably two of the best players we have on the team. Reece James, super injury susceptibility. I get that. But at the same time, these are footballers, man. You got to let them football. But if Reece James was behind the rest and he was cool with it, then I understand. I have to understand, because if he was okay with it, then I get it. But outside of that, it's tough.
Do you sense that again? To me, I'm seeing it as the club prioritizing the Champions League and like saying, you know what, the Premier League is over for us this season.
No, yeah, but you can't say that because we don't play Dortmund again until like mid-March. So
that's why it doesn't make any sort of sense.
Maybe Reece and the club, I'm not saying colluded, but at least came together and said, I don't want to get injured again. And for that one, I understand, because Reece cares so much about being ready for the big games. But at the same time, how is today not a big game?
That's what I'm saying. Do you think he's doing that with the sports game in mind, if it's not the Champions League?
I honestly don't really know what to say, because today is a really big game for Graham Potter. We have to win. We have to win.
Mm-hmm.
But if in my opinion, if we're playing the 4-2-3-1 and Trevor Chalobah is playing right back, I'm really okay with that. I like Trev. I don't love Trev, but I would trust him in this situation. If it's Aspie, this is a different scenario. I don't trust Aspie at all.
Well, again, maybe it depends on how the application is. I don't think if he starts, I don't think he'd be contributing offensively that much. He'd probably be more, you can say, conserved or reserved. I don't know which one of it suits the situation better. But in a back four, him at the right back, I think I will not be concerned really.
Would Noni Madueke say the same thing?
With Noni Madueke playing in what position? In a 4-2-3-1 structure, Madueke will be a winger.
No, but what I'm saying is Noni cool with Aspie playing over Trevor Chalobah? I'm not so sure, because Trevor Chalobah is more dynamic, younger, in my opinion, a better player. So,
but I think
I would think Madueke would want.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would think Noni would want Trevor Chalobah over Aspie.
Okay. Yeah, but again, let's see what happens really. But again, Noni, the last time he played in that position, he tracked back quite well. But that's, by the way, Roger, big up to you. How are you doing? That, and that's Porter's lawyer in the house, Roger.
Hey, Coach, I want to ask you about Badiashile. Are you surprised at how good he is?
No, I'm not. Like I told you, I started watching him from last summer when we were linked with him. I like him.
I'm serious.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, he's coming into this team, and he is so young. Like we were joking about this, but I'm serious. Like, he is that good, man.
Maybe I'm surprised as to how quickly he's adopted.
Maybe that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's where you can say the aspect I'm saying. I didn't believe he'd be playing with so much calmness. You didn't see him again. You're not seeing anything that say, well, he needs time. Will nobody have said that? He's just playing whenever he's in the team. It just seems as if he's played with the team for a year or two. Yeah, but it doesn't look like a new player in the team.
Coach, maybe that's what I'm asking. Is that, are you surprised that he didn't need time at all?
No, I'm surprised at that. Again, from that perspective, I'm surprised, really, if I'm being honest. But that's a how bad if the case is that because he's playing alongside Silva.
Are you talking about the 36-year-old Badiashile, the veteran?
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know
that one. Yeah.
You know who we're talking about. But Roger, let me bring you in quickly. Your thoughts on the players being left out for one reason. Again, like the argument is that they're being rested. We don't have Champions League football for a while. Or maybe you could still argue it's about being cautious, so we still have them fit. Come the day we'll play Dortmund. I don't know what to make of it. It just doesn't make any sort of sense. Like Carlito argued, this game is the most important game, the one we have today, because we haven't been winning games. We've been playing bad, again, we've done our best. Again, most cases, you can say against, truthfully, against Dortmund, we weren't lucky. But that's by the way. But in the Premier League, we haven't done well for a while. And
Sure.
So this is this is very important. So why leave those players out? Your thoughts? They're not even in the squad.
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, chaps. Pleasure as always. I believe it's man management. Listen, I truly understand that, and I've said this, that more than any other league in Europe, that the bottom team can beat the top team. It happens quite often, actually, compared to most other leagues. I mean, it just is. And that's not my opinion. You hear Ancelotti say that. You hear Klopp say that. You hear Mourinho, except every single top coach that is overseas coach, I should say, they will always say that. They will say this is what distinguishes this league from any other league.
Can I ask you, this is why it's the best?
Possibly. It's one of the factors, yes, for sure. Because, I assume that you're North American, and so there's a famous expression in the States, on any given Sunday, right?
I'll tell you.
No, but like in the NFL, they say on any given Sunday.
And by the way, Roger, you got his.
Yeah, but
bring him, just accept him into your gang immediately. He's another lawyer you need for Potter. I know you're the lead lawyer, Potter lawyer. I think Carlito, he joins your gang.
Very
he has strong pedigree in terms of defending Potter. But go ahead.
Why don't you have a look at my hand?
Roger.
So you said any given Sunday. By the way, Oliver Stone movie, Al Pacino in the protagonist.
Yeah.
Great sports speech at the end of the film. But I mean, look, I'm with you on this. The simple fact is that there's so much parity between the Premier League and all the teams in it. It's really hard to win, even on any given Saturday, any given Sunday.
Sure. So why I say that is, if you're going to rest a player that is just returning from a serious injury and has been injury prone this year, then when are you going to rest him? When we play Liverpool next, when we play City next, or will they say, why didn't you rest him versus Southampton? No disrespect to any Southampton fans out there. I'm just being honest, because based on their current form, that's why I say that. So when are you going to do it then, coach? When are you going to do that? It's that simple. So this is the perfect time. They just played 3 or 4 days ago. And yeah, I understand these are highly tuned, finely tuned professional athletes that have the best of sports science, etc. But you have to manage certain players, and Silva should be rested.
Now, hold on.
For this.
Are we not certain that he wasn't behind this?
I know that
Reece James
assumption.
I know that Reece James wants to play every game. This is a very passionate player.
But then look at Silva. You can tell that it's a wholesale man management, and it needs to. Silva shouldn't be playing
what
today.
I'm saying is that I think Reece James may have been okay with this, or maybe he wasn't.
I have no idea.
We actually don't know.
I have no idea. All I know is I'm glad to see these players not possibly on the bench in case, God forbid, they need to come on with 5-10 minutes left, possibly. But as I said, if you're going to rest them, then this will be the perfect time to rest them.
Are you sure that you want to say that?
Yeah, because I don't subscribe that this is a must-win game. I don't subscribe to that theory.
Why is that, Roger?
Because forget mathematically, because we're not going to make top 4.
That's not true. That's not true at all. I'm pushing back on that.
So hold on. Let me drop. I don't believe that. I believe that, especially because these are American owners, and they usually give a lot more tenure to their respective newly hired coaches than Premier League owners do, especially this club. Forget that goes out the window. That's very much not part of the equation. I'm talking about generally. I believe he's under the impression or understanding, I should say, that listen, wherever you finish this year, as long as it's 17th and above, your job is secure. And it's that simple, because they don't look at it the way that like Bobby would. We are Chelsea. We have to. No, well, they obviously have a different mindset, and I think that this
You're
is
mentioning your gang member. He's not even here.
I love Bobby. I love his passion. I respect him immensely. But this isn't a must-win game, and this is just my opinion, which doesn't count for two beans and a can of soup.
Hold on. Don't discount your opinion. Your opinion does matter. We're listening, man.
No. I'm just saying. I'm not a subject matter expert. I'm not.
Oh, well, no,
Carlito,
no one here. No one.
Carlito,
here
let me
is
tell you something quickly.
Okay.
I don't know if you've listened to Roger before. Forget it. The politeness is just him, just making you relax. He will use big English words to try to convince you to start.
I've got big English words, and I'm an American. It's not like I've been lulled to sleep. It's not like he's convinced me of anything.
Let me catch up with the chat. I'll come back. I think we need to, again, try the best we can to complete the lineup building exercise before it comes out, because it will be leaked soon. It's not about rest. It's about keeping them injury-free, again, fit and ready for the Dortmund game. That was exactly what I thought before. But again, given Carlito's comment, I think this game is important. We need to start winning games in the Premier League. To me, this is, again, a must-win game. I know.
Hey, Coach, can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
They're not going to fire Potter. All right. I was listening to Raj, and I was listening to what he was saying. The connotation was very simple, and that is that the game doesn't matter because Potter's safe. No, the game does matter, and Potter is not safe if he is complacent. And today, look, if Trevor Chalobah plays in Reece James's position, I'm okay with this. If it's Aspi, I'm not okay with this. There's a profound disparity between the two versions of me being okay and me being not okay with that position.
Yeah, but if we lose 10-0 every game, of course his job's not safe. Well, that's under the assumption that we play competitively.
Well, let's not be hyperbolic, and let's not drop our standards to the level of which I can no longer comment.
Even though you're a Potter lawyer too.
It has to be hyperbolic because I'm being facetious. It's that simple.
Well, those are the same things.
Yeah.
All right. Let me catch up with the chat. I'll come back again quickly. Please just give me a second. I'll catch up as quickly as I don't believe Nani has a say. Again, if you paid attention to what Carlito was saying, he's trying to see things from Nani's own perspective. Will he be okay? Again, having that pairing on the right hand side, being a successful player, that was what again Carlito talked about. Not really that Nani has a say, if that makes sense. Aspi got the experience. Experience beats talent. You could argue that, but plus, again, be more conserved in his application and not bump forward that much. Chalobah be sloppy. Again, Badiashile is a big miss of a Champions League. That's what I'm saying. Again, it was easy to say he was going to be the one to be left out. Then again, when you watch him play, and you enjoy it, then it will occur. When it occurs to you, oh my goodness, he's not going to be playing for us in the Champions League. That's when you feel the pain, unfortunately. Not even on the bench. Today's game may be a make or break game. We don't need an excuse. That at least that's how you see it. As long as we play well and lose, and it's not down to the manager. Again, if the reason we lost it isn't down to the manager, he's not going anywhere.
Coach, can I push in on this one?
Go ahead.
Look. Nobody's making excuses for Graham. Nobody's making excuses for this team. Everybody is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's an interesting thing for me because I'm looking at Chelsea Twitter. I'm looking at fan reactions. And it seems as though those that react the most harshly are the ones that are the best fans. And I am sorry to say that is simply not the case. Okay, nobody in this Chelsea fandom is complacent. Nobody is okay with the fact that we have not been winning. No one is okay with this. Okay, so don't come at me, don't come at Coach, don't come at Chelsea Perspective or Worldwide Chelsea or anybody saying that our standards have dropped. They have not. I can promise you they have not. We are all concerned. Okay? We should and would want to win this game. It does matter. But stop saying that because we have a perspective, your nomiker, stop saying that because we have a perspective that we're adults, that we understand context, that we have lost, standards. That is not true. Not true at all. And it's also not fair of an accusation.
Yep. Again, thank you so much for that. Again, we're all concerned, but we all, again, here's where the problem lies. We all deal with it differently. Some people want the manager out immediately because things aren't going the way we want it. Some feel like he needs a time. But the surprising, again, what doesn't surprise me is that a lot more want him out than those that want him to stay. But again, that's, by the way, do I think that will in any way influence the owner's decision to decide today, you know what, you're going? Again, jump on into 10 minutes. Says, good morning, my wonderful Blue family. Good morning to you too. I hope you're doing well. Just stopping by to drop a like. Thank you. I appreciate that. Again, Roger is right. Again, like it or not, we are not going to see top four with our performances lately unless we are going to win every match for the rest of the season. There's a chance also somebody already there in the top four starts faltering and start dropping points. If it's still mathematically possible, then it can still happen. Then you don't give up and say, if it is still, let me just phrase it this way. As long as it is still mathematically possible, you don't just say this season we're writing it up, we're not going to make it into top four.
Right.
I don't think it makes sense.
That's not what I said. I said.
No, I never said you said that. No, I didn't say you said that. I'm just responding to what I said in the comment.
Let him retort.
Here's what the mindset should be. You should go out and win every game. Period.
Yes.
Regardless.
Yes.
Regardless whether you're, let's say, Pee Wee League, but whether you're a 5-year-old or a professional in the upper echelon of the leagues. It's that simple. However, if you are going to rest players, this would be the time to do it based on the fact where they are, not just in the league table, but because of the fact that they are playing woeful.
Hey, Roger, can I ask you this one question? And this is why I love the Premier League as opposed to other leagues. I mean, look, I'm watching Roma. I love Paul Dybala. I love Jose Mourinho, okay? I'm not going to deny that. But at the same time, in the Premier League, this is football's namesake. This is the country that invented this sport, right?
Apparently.
Well, apparently. It's also the hardest version of the sport. This is the most difficult league, and any given Saturday, right? Any given Sunday, anybody can win on any game. And so I just have to push back on thinking that there's an easy game in this sport.
There are no easy games.
There isn't. And so when you say that if there's any game to rest it, I'm going to say, what if we lose?
Then we lose.
Okay.
But then what happens if we play said players and they get injured? Then the coaching.
Look,
staff
I'm as gun shy.
Look,
I'm as gun shy. I'm as gun shy about Reece James as you are, because we both know that he is one of, if not the best player we have.
Oh yeah, sure.
All right, I am gun shy too. So my question is, if Reece James is okay with the sitting. That's what my question is.
There's no way to tell. We don't have to dwell on it. It has happened. I'm sure the manager
I know it's happened, Coach.
Probably had a conversation with him.
We're trying to negotiate this emotionally.
5 minutes in, Villa are 1-0 up against Arsenal.
You're right. But here's the thing, right? That is the Premier League. That is why it's so great.
Yeah.
You have to respect it. This is Villa, right? Villa, under CVG, they were a relegation team, correct? Yeah. Okay, so this is why when you go into any game,
Arsenal are imploding.
Well, I think it's more along the lines of a self-fulfilling prophecy because they thought they were so good, and they counted their chickens, They counted their chickens.
No, they're Dean. People were counting it for them.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I'm sure if you ask them, they would tell you, no, we haven't won the league. And Arteta is a smart man. I'm sure you will get the response, no, we haven't won the league.
No, hold on. Mikel Arteta acting so arrogantly intent on the sideline.
I wouldn't say that. I think it's been grounded, really. Him being grounded is the reason why they're still out there in the top four.
No,
I don't think they didn't count their chicken. People were counting it for them and saying Arsenal have won the league.
Coach, I think he's talking about his personality on the sideline.
Touchline antics or behavior.
Yeah, that I
But
think
that
is
that doesn't translate to like he's felt like they've won the league. No,
I
that's just
think
who
that
he
he
is.
felt he was appropriately arrogant enough to think that he could get away with that shit. Sorry, that stuff. I didn't mean to swear. Sorry, that stuff.
No, go ahead, brother. But let's hear from Mikhail. I don't know if he has anything again where he want to start. I'm sure he's been listening to us, and again, always nice to have Mikhail on the panel. It's been a while, brother. Thank you so much. I know how busy you are, but I appreciate you finding time to join us today. You want to start from anywhere, or yeah?
Morning, Coachella. Good morning.
Morning to you, brother.
Everybody in the panel, everybody in the chat, everybody in the
What's up? What's up, man?
Blues, Blueverse. It's always a pleasure to wake up to the Chelsea perspective, and lately, I guess, the Potter perspective.
Oh, is that a little harsh? That's a little harsh.
No, he's nice because we've heard worse. This is actually nice. That's polite.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just.
Go ahead.
I just love my brother Coachella for bringing the Blues community to starting the day right. No matter how the Blues are doing, we know where we want to start our day, and it's at the Chelsea perspective. And big up to you, brother, for
I appreciate that.
doing.
Thank you so much.
It's not the best of seasons. It's not the highest of morales, where we're sitting in the table, where we're sitting with respect to everything that's happened. But we got to take the lows with the highs and the highs with the lows, right? So we keep it moving.
Can I ask you one question? Why do you love Coach so much?
Coach, I love because he's my brother. He's a fellow
More
Blue.
importantly,
He's a fellow Blue, and more importantly, he's probably the only reason Potter still has a job.
Wow.
yeah, I know where he's going with that one. I'm not going to respond.
What I will say is that Coach is a really good guy.
Again, all of us. I think I don't know how. It's not up to me to say, but I appreciate that. Again, I've gotten to know you too, Kalito. I know you're a good person. Mikhail is a good person. Except for Roger, I don't know him too. I don't trust him, and I don't think I would trust him.
Tag Roger out. Yeah.
Ty is my brother. Mikhail, go ahead with what you were saying, brother.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I'm just enjoying the chat there. I see Ty in the panel. Big up, Ty. You guys have kind of been my therapist right through this season. I haven't been on much at all. Coachella is kind enough to reach out and make sure I'm around still. But it's just been one of those seasons. I'd rather not, be reminded of the performances we've been putting in. 2 wins and 14 or something like that. It goes. We're facing Southampton today. I don't know. We're in a charitish type of mood this season, so I'm not going to put too much pressure on my manager there to change his ways. But things are heading in a certain direction slowly and surely. So
you say this, but can I ask you a question? Do you see promise in not just the patterns that we're playing, but the facility of which we're executing it? Do you see patterns? Do you see?
I see intent. I see intent to move away from a back three. So
no. So his intent, and this is my favorite formation because I was a coach. I was a coach for 12 years. 4-2-3-1 for me is not just the best formation; it's the most anatomically correct formation. And I love the 2 center mids in front of the old school ACM João Felix, best player on the field. That's what I love, and I do see Potter wanting to execute this. So it's not like he's not trying. It's not like the players are not trying. They are. We just have to finish.
Let him answer the question you asked him.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I don't disagree there. That is a fair assessment in terms of comparing the back three to a back four, 4-3-2-1 or 4-2-3-1. We know we've seen the back three under Tuchel. We've seen the benefits it brings. We've seen the limitations, especially with a front-loaded squad. We went through years and years and years of Chelsea not having enough attackers. Right now, it's the opposite. We have too many attackers, right? But we don't seem to get a click going where we can actually leverage some of the pace, some of the attacking nuance of these players, we kind of make them beat them into playing to the pace of the team that the possession based football that we had kind of started falling into the comfort zone of, that we'd rather not give the ball away than take a risk with the ball moving forward with a vertical pass, etc. So in terms of the intent to move away from a back three just to have the additional attacking player on the pitch, just to have a little more forward impetus, hopefully, especially with the likes of Chilwell and Reece James chronically unavailable to play the wing back role in a back three, I see Potter trying to do what needs to be done. The question is it enough? Defensively,
what do you mean by that?
Defensively, I guess what I'm looking for from Potter is defensive organization, no matter what formation we're playing, and I don't see it. I don't see it, unfortunately. Sorry, let me just apart from us having the man that Thiago Silva is in the back line, and more recently Badia Chile kind of adding a little bit of stability to that position next to Thiago Silva. If it weren't for last-ditch tackles between those two positions and the goalie, our scorelines would be looking a lot worse than they actually have been looking. So we're not used to being in that situation where we're allowing people that close to our goal to begin with. These kind of attacks are almost inevitable right now, the way we're playing, where we're open on the break, where we're susceptible on the break. The minute we start attacking, the first thing I'm thinking is, here comes a counter, right? So that's the question mark around Potter's nuance as a coach right now. Is he seeing the gaps that we end up creating, and is he able to rectify them in game? I don't care what the post match, the next day chat in the back at Cobham looks like or sounds like. Does he have the ability to make the changes that are needed during the 90 minutes or before the final whistle? And that's my yardstick of any good coach. I don't care what your history is at in the field or in the job, how many trophies you won or not, but I do expect some match day presence. And right now, the jury's still out. I'm not the knee-jerk Chelsea fan that wants to fire a manager every time 2 results, 3 results don't go our way. But at the same time, there are limits to how much you want to persist with something, right? So the jury's still out. The jury's still out. I am at the for the sake of giving a manager time for once, I'm willing to persist with him. But I'd rather we had persisted with Luis Enrique than Graham Potter, perhaps, right? But we all know why Graham Potter is here. The coaches needed somebody that was more open and amenable to a new ownership that necessarily did not know the sport.
Soccer goal. Woo!
Soccer ball, right? Exactly. So like they're learning the sport. They needed somebody that's a little more amenable to picking up the phone and answering their questions, or just not giving them a hard time necessarily the way maybe a more experienced manager in the sport would be. Now, that's not to say that they're not able to change their tune or their expectation from a manager. They've already put a back office in place now. They didn't have that 6 months ago. So they've gone in and started putting some footballing structure within the club in place. And the expectations from everybody in the first team are going to start reflecting those changes as those people start taking reign and those people start taking control. I think we can safely assume that none of the signings have been Potter signings so far. These are all the club going out there and getting players that they're able to sign.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm pushing back on that. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
all right.
Go ahead. What do you think?
You think Potter gave them a list?
Okay, so
you think Potter gave them a list of players that we must sign or he'll leave?
You spoke. Let me speak.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that he wasn't behind Mudryk. You're saying he wasn't behind Enzo. You're saying he wasn't behind Badia Chile. You're saying he wasn't behind Malagusto. You're saying he wasn't behind João Felix. I'm sorry. That is not only conjecture, that's irresponsible conjecture, and you're wrong. He was absolutely involved because this is the reason why he still has a job, man. All right, I know that you have limits to your patience. Okay, congratulations. You are a more patient fan than most of the Chelsea hierarchy when they come to fandom. Okay, great. Guess what? I have a little bit more patience than even that. Here's the reason why. Because it's a new team. Okay? It's a new team. We asked for a rebuild, and we asked the fans, are you okay with a true rebuild? And they said, yeah, we're cool with it. We're cool with it. And
I
then
don't
when
think,
the
I
rubber,
don't think
hold on,
they're
when the
actually
rubber meets,
rebuilding because of what the fans think. Because again, we were actually forced to do that.
well, you can thank the UK government for that, including the Prime Minister that's no longer there. Okay? But what I'm saying is that a rebuild is a little bit harder than the thing that they were going to accept, the concept that they were going to accept. So, yeah, rebuild. Do you know what that means? Do you know that this actually will take 3 windows? Do they understand that? Ooh, coach, guess what? They don't understand that. They don't understand that at all. They want their cake now. And
All right,
that
let's
is-
let
That's why I
Mikhail
preface.
drop.
I mean, that's why I preface that I'm willing to give Potter the time to sink or swim. Right. So this is the boat we're in now. We've been complaining for donkey's years that we were too reactionary in how we hire and fire our managers.
reactionary is an understatement, my dude.
There you go.
Understatement.
There you go. Right.
Yeah, let him drop. Let him drop, Carlito.
But
Yeah, but if he's retorting to what I'm saying, I have to say that
Yeah,
this
go,
fan
yeah, I
base
know,
is
but
not
just let him
is
drop.
not just- yeah, but I was speaking, he's speaking, I had to retort. Okay.
No,
It is-
the response was good, but let him drop so that I can give those in the chat some
Okay.
audience.
Fair enough.
yeah, no. And again, you're if you live in the world where you think this is all Potter's great master plan, that's fine by me.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that is not what I said. I
Yeah,
think that there's a plan.
No, it does to me. At least I have somebody on my end and Ty on my end. So I think it's one more. Potter, you guys are still
Hey,
Roger,
Coach,
you're still
you
missing
let
a
him
grand
land,
member
and he
there
came back
because
with a
Bobby isn't here
condescending quip.
still. Sorry.
You let him land, and he came back with a condescending quip. Come on, man.
Man, I'm just saying that I'm willing to give Potter time, but at the same time, my expectations aren't that high. So hopefully, for the sake of the club,
My expectations are enormously high because this is
That's
Chelsea
fine.
and this is what we do, man.
may,
fine.
may I ask
That's
though,
fine. Yeah.
why are your expectations not that high? Is it because of the manager that we currently have, or because of the actual transition we're going through, or both?
I think it's a bit of both. I think given that he's in the eye of the storm, it doesn't help his chances. There's too much up in the air right now in and around the club. We're going through a big rebuild, exactly, and it's not ideal for any manager. If Potter's a human, I'm sure he's a great coach on his day as well. I just haven't seen it. I just haven't seen a game where I went, you know
I
what?
respect
This
that.
is my man. This is my man for the next 10 years.
Can I
waiting.
ask you something? I have to ask you because this is actually a reflection on the attitude of the fan base. Do you feel as though the Potter out crew think that they're better fans? Because they say they use this under the colloquialism of standards, right? I have standards. I'm a Chelsea fan. I have standards. Does them saying that make them think that they're better fans? Because
I think
my attitude is simply context. You have to understand what we're going through, and my standards are high as a MF. I'm not going to swear on Coach's show. My standards are extremely high, but I also am an adult and understand that what we're going through is a profound scenario. And at the same time, if you guys think that João Felix is a dip in standards, then I have a bridge and boat to sell you.
All right. You asked him a question, let him respond. I really want to give those in the chat some audience. They haven't for a while. Then I'll bring in Roger.
just
yeah.
just to finish that, like, do I think some fans feel that they're better than others? Sure, they can think that. Doesn't I don't believe that. I think everybody has their own loyalty to the club, and being pragmatic and realistic about the chances of the club is one thing. Supporting the club on match day is another, right? So once the whistle blows, we're all blue. It doesn't matter who the starting lineup is, who the coach is, who the owners are. Once that ball gets kicked, we're all the Blues. Yes, before and after, there's a lot of debate. And, we have to be, as long as we're respectful, either way, if the loyalist, the ultra blue, hardline, 50 years been at the club kind of fan doesn't want to hear any kind of criticism against the badge, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that approach. But, there's going to be all sorts all around the world now. It is a global following. It is a huge club. It is a massive sport. So one has to also be willing and able to take in other points of view and other opinions. That's all I meant.
Okay.
And no matter how anybody sees it, that behavior from the fan base doesn't change. It will not change. It will continue. I get it. You should see Bobby talk about it, saying some are not real Chelsea fans if they do this. No, it will continue to happen no matter how you see it. Even with that, even there were times, even when Tuchel was still doing well, there are some people. Some section of the fan base that were calling for him to be fired at the time when he was still doing well.
Is that not a disrespect of not just the club but the sport itself?
Sorry?
When people are so hyperbolic, I feel as though it's not just a disrespect of the club; it's a disrespect of the sport itself because they don't understand and appreciate how hard it actually is to be good at this.
Let me ask you, do you think there's any time in the world that will stop? It will not stop. That's why they're fans. And we all see things from different lenses.
You're misunderstanding your influence on this fan base. I think if more people like you are as forceful as you are being right now, it could stop, Coach. Don't.
No, it cannot stop. I will only try to educate them. I will only say the people line. I will only say stop name calling players. I can only say it's not okay to call him again. For instance, Harry Potter. His name is not Harry Potter and all that. I'm just using those as example.
Not abuse. No, but we're not.
Actually, what is his middle name? But
you get my point now, Carlito.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't stop.
No, Coach. What I'm saying,
and that's why we're a big club. You will still have such elements again, no matter what you do.
And you know why that is? It's because of the advent of social media and the.
But hold on. I don't think that abuse is the right word because criticism.
Well, lack of disrespect.
Criticism is not abuse. Abuse is a very strong word in America.
Sure, yeah, but in most cases it's been abused again of late.
That's a hyperbolic word, man, because if you're really talking about abuse, you're talking about something else.
Well, no, it depends what context, but not all of it. You're right. Not all of it is abuse, but a lot of it is. Whether it's racial, sexist, etc., etc. There's many myriads and subsets of abuse.
If someone brings race into it, that is abuse.
Yeah. But I'm just saying though, there's many subsets of abuse and context. So, but Coach is right though. We have to show more respect. Listen, we're not in the Middle Ages anymore. We've evolved, one would hope, as a species. So given that context, I think Coach is right. We have to start, regardless of whether you're an Arsenal fan, a Real Madrid, whatever fan, you got to, you don't have to love them, but you can also show them respect. And if you're going to criticize, then at least do it constructively. I think that's what Coach is, for all intents and purposes, stating. And I get it. I get that he says this invariably week in, week out. Not that I ever want to defend him, by the way. I mean, that's against my religion. But
I want to
defending Potter is what you do, Roger. Please let me give those in the chat. Again, give them some audience, and we'll come back. We'll continue with the lineup building exercise, please. Look, if Reece James gets injured again, there has to be a talk. Again, the same talk people were having about the Kante, and that is going to stink with Reece James. With Reece James's fan, I agree with you. But let's see. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again.
Are we going to have a conversation about that comment?
Sorry, let me highlight it, but let me catch up again. Let me highlight it. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
We'll come back to it. It's highlighted right now. Again, Watkins again, the goal, I think I'm going to scroll to the very bottom because I'm far too behind. We were going back and
That's
forth
my
on the
fault.
panel.
That's my
So,
fault. Sorry.
yeah,
guys.
no, it's fine. You're fine. Again, it happens every now and then. So if I try to go through what we have, we'll be going back and forth topics, and that can be exhausting. So let me see what I have down here. We need, again, to critique players, but respect them. They're human being. I think that's exactly the point I'm trying to make. And I also was trying to make the point that no matter how hard you use a platform to educate people, to, like, again, respect the players, respect the managers, critique them, but don't abuse them. No name calling. It's sometimes people bring in nationality when it's not even necessary, or something like that. But I admit it won't stop it. But at least maybe I can help educate someone, maybe somebody, again, in the Chelsea Perspective community, get them to stop name calling players or the manager. At least when they're here, maybe it was sinking, and then they'll stop doing it entirely, even when they're somewhere else, if that makes sense. I trust the process. If we were having an entire an elite manager, I don't trust Potter. And simple, again, I respect him as a person, as a human being, but I don't think he's what we need. And that's how you present your argument. If you don't like him, that's how you say it. You don't start, again, changing his name to something else, or saying his nonsense, or his SISHIT and some stuff like that. No, I know, Carlito, you don't like Mason Mount, and I see how you talked about him. You're not abusive. You don't call him names. You just say, as a player, again, you refer to his playing ability and say, again, use some words that, again, nobody would qualify as abusive.
I'm not referring to the man.
Exactly.
He loves Chelsea. It has absolutely nothing to do with the man. It has absolutely everything to do with merit, and how this club and this fan base has marketed the player, which is, quite frankly, unacceptable, because they have said that this is the man, and there's no merit behind that.
Mm-hmm.
And look, no, I'm not swearing about Mason Mount as a guy. I know he cares. Obviously, he cares. He's a human being, like you just said. He's a human being. I understand that. I am talking about what he wants in his standing in this club, and what he really is in this standing in this club. And my simple fact of the reality is that João Felix is a much better player than him, and they play the same position. And I know that Chelsea is prioritizing João Felix, and the reason being is because they should. Because if they really have grand aspirations, and I know that they do, because it's the same owner that has ownership of the Dodgers, those are very winning-oriented people. So don't tell me that Grant Potter and everybody in charge doesn't want to win. They absolutely want to win. But when it comes to Mason Mount, it's not about him as a guy. It is not. It is not, because I'm not disrespectful in that manner. I am talking about his play. I'm talking about him as a footballer. This same guy that wants Reece James money. Well, guess what? If you want to act like a star, I expect a star effort. Herman Bood said that, okay? If you really want that type of if you really want that type of money, then you better be Reece James, and you better
one of the
walk
positions
on water.
overlaps.
No, hold on. We are talking about someone that thinks that he is a star. We are talking about someone that thinks that he deserves this money. And honestly, he doesn't, because he is not as good as João Felix. I don't even think he's as good as Carney Chukwuemeka. I don't. He's certainly not as good as Christian Nkunku, who fancies himself to be an attacking midfielder as well. If Mason Mount really, really wants to be respected in this manner financially, then he needs to go somewhere else, because he has been usurped. He has been usurped by better players.
All right, let's see what we have. What else do we have here? I miss
Aston Villa 2-1, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that in the comment too. I think big up chat. Mikhail says again. Coach, are you gonna let him again body you like that? Yeah, he's my again. Carlito is my buddy. We're having a debate here, so that's fine. I'm okay with it. Mikhail says again. I'll come back to the point. Just give me a second, please. And says again that his ears is being abused. It looks.
It's a really good.
I
dig.
love the beautiful
It's a
game.
really good dig.
Oh my
It's a
god!
really
No,
good
but
dig.
yeah, my ears. Oh, okay. Not Mikhail. It was him that says my ears are beat. I think Mikhail said that first. Who said it first? Yeah. Okay. Your ears are being abused. Okay. Enjoy it. It suits you right. That's the same thing you do to us. Again, I trust the process. If we were having an elite manager again, I think I've read that before. I'm just going to scroll to the very bottom quite a lot to catch it. And again, I've missed for quite a lot, but your apologies. I know even some of you guys there, your attention, you're watching the games too, so you're not really paying attention to the stream, but you're also listening at the same time. But that's by the way,
Multitasking.
again, Ty, if you want to come in anytime, feel free. Again, I know you're probably busy.
Hey, by the way,
Roger,
if Ty
let me
wants to
start
come
you
in
with this
private,
comment right here,
please,
then I'll
please
bring in
come in.
Carlito.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you say it?
Yeah, exactly. No, I get it. Yeah. And that's why I believe,
Hey, are we talking about this Glenn comment? Look, if Reece gets injured again, there has to be talk. Well, there already has been talk. That's why Malo Gusto is coming in June. We know that. But at the end of the day, look. Yeah,
no, but
at
again,
the end of the
that's
day,
to have
if Reece James,
the conversation comes as an injury from player. I think
Coach,
that's what Glenn is really talking about there.
This was not about injury today. He was being cautious. This is cautious, right? We're talking about not just one of the best players in the Premier League, one of the best players in the world. Reece James is truly a profound exponent of football.
You have to, in terms of this debate now, you have to look beyond his playing ability. You have to, really, if we're being honest. But
it's very difficult to, though, Coach, because you saw.
No. To me, again, I like to be objective, and right now I'm looking beyond his. If that happens, I'd start looking beyond his playing abilities.
He's being sat for resting reasons. I understand that because they don't want him injured for the second leg of Dortmund. They don't want him injured for everything else. And maybe he was part of it. Maybe he was part of the decision.
Yeah, but that's 3 weeks away, and I believe he's being rested because of man management. He's played a lot of minutes. He started 2 games, and he's put in a lot. And don't forget, this last game was a high intensity for all intents and purposes.
Of all intense games, this was one of the most.
Yeah, and it was a prototypical basketball game going up and down the court, so to speak. So listen, you don't want a muscle injury, and the position with which he plays in is very intense. This is not your grandfather's, right back position of 20, 30, 40 years ago, where you never breached past the halfway line. You're sprinting constantly up and down, and this takes a toll on the muscles. And I think it's a good idea. That's why you need starting depth in both wing-back / fullback position.
Can I at least speak on this? I was offered a pro contract at this very position, and I was a dynamic player in the same way that Reece James is. I understand this, but if Malo Gusto was already at Chelsea, it would be a hell of a lot easier to swallow.
Sure. No, I agree with that. But I'm really pleased with the signing of Gusto. I really am.
I am too, by the way. I very much so am.
But you know what? It's like I mean, can you imagine? God forbid if James had started today or played today and sustained a muscle injury, this coaching staff would have been verbally castrated. It's simple as that.
I mean, honestly, again, the best player on the team outside João Felix, I would have lost my mind just emotionally, and I don't want to get emotional about
our best player.
Okay.
Just being honest.
And then over João Felix, get out of here.
Kante's, I think, the best in the world at his position.
What position is that? The position he hasn't played in 3 years? Okay.
He's played a little bit more than 3 years, but he's just a unique player.
You're right. It's 4 years. He hasn't played D-mid in 4 years. My bad.
He's a box-to-box, basically, and no one does it like him. So
you're right, but he also doesn't defend well aerially, so don't talk
No, that's true.
Too.
That's his only Achilles heel, so to speak.
No, there are plenty of Achilles heels with him, including passing and first touch and
his first touch
general
is lacking.
awareness.
But he's not brought in for that. He's generally considered by most worldwide pundits and experts as the best in his position. And
you're right, he was, but that was 4 years ago.
No, I think even currently, most people will
No,
admit to that.
no chance in God's green earth, my man.
Well,
no
that's why it's called an opinion.
No, but I dig the opinion. I do love the fact that you articulate it so well.
All right, let me see what else we have here. Let's go back into the lineup building exercise quite a lot so we can get through it. Maybe I have like 30 minutes on. I'm not sure it's going to be up to an hour break. Let me come back. Ty, if you're there, the two center halves, do you think it will be Badiashile and Koulibaly? I think Ty spoke. Did they agree? For the right back, why we wait for him? Because I'm not sure he's there. He usually does that when it's a walk, joins us whenever he gets at the space. But let me start with you, Mikael. You're back for what do you think? Remember, we're still, again, we're also still, again, sick. You could say the point of those in the chat, they will put up a poll to see what player they'd like to play in certain positions so they help us choose. So, Mikael, if you're there, your thoughts, the back four, what do you think will happen?
That's a good way to phrase it. What do I think will happen? It's probably going to be a back. I'd probably play a back three today because we were probably going to be exposed again. But anyways, given that you're playing Koulibaly and Badiashile, I'm guessing Silva's not available. So
being mentioned, he's going to be rested.
So is it on? If we look at the right back position, it's Aspi. It's who else? Chalobah.
Or makeshift with Chalobah.
Or who else? So it probably has to be one of the two. Who would I put in a right back position? Probably Aspi, unfortunately. Chalobah, I don't know if I don't know if he's played in that role. Has he played?
He has.
Yes, as a makeshift. Yeah, I think it was twice now or once. I don't remember.
Twice.
But go ahead. Twice.
Okay. I mean, if we're feeling brave and we want to give him that, I understand that Aspi doesn't have the legs anymore. But one would want to think that he has better awareness or better positioning, hopefully, in a match day situation. Maybe start Chalobah and bring Aspi on. Maybe start Aspi, bring Chalobah on. One of those two. It's a patchwork fix right now, guys. There's no hard and fast rules to replace Reece James on match day. It just doesn't. It's not like somebody just said. We'd feel a lot better if Malo Gusto was already at Chelsea. So we'll have to be patient. I'd start Aspi if it were up to me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what those again, because usually after the analysis and our discussion as to why a particular player should start, those in the chat, they just do their thing. Okay, Khalid, let me get Roger's thoughts, and I'll go to Khalito in a bit. And Bobby just joined us. So Roger, your thoughts?
Yeah, hello, Bobby. Welcome, sir. I would think
your gang member, right?
I would think even with Koulibaly there, we still need, because he's got experience, he's a veteran, but we need some leadership because Silva is also missing. So I think that adds another dimension with which he needs to bring. So I would probably start. I have a feeling he's going to start Chalobah and then bring on Dave. But let's see. I would probably start Dave though.
Is that who?
He's talking about
Aspi.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what John's in the chat. 60% Aspi. I think Aspi makes sense. Operating for again, Chalobah did okay for me, but he looked a bit shaky playing in that position. Because you can say clearly it's makeshift, no matter how you see it. I know he did an okay job, and I'd rather Aspi start there, but probably play. Again, be cautious in terms of whatever he does offensively. But with a back four like this, I don't think he'd be doing more offensively. But let's see what Graham Potter does. Okay, let's see what else we have. Do you have any contribution in the chat as with regards to the lineup? Okay, what do we have here? But Fofana.
Whoa! I can't go. Whoa!
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, you ask everybody else. I'm
No,
going to
I'll
speak
come
now.
to you. I just wanted to read. I'll come to you in a bit. Yeah.
Sorry. I know it's your
No,
turn.
no,
My
no
bad.
worries, no worries. Again, it's not about injury. It's about new type of contracts. Okay, I think you're having a conversation with somebody there. Aspi will probably get the nod because he hasn't played for how many games right now? I'm not sure. Or let me just say, use the term. He hasn't started for a while now, and he's well rested. I think he'd do well. Again, he's still. I know he doesn't have the pace, but 1v1, he's still one of the best defensively. But that's, by the way, on the left-hand side. Kalito, your thoughts on the back four here. What do you think happens?
Okay, so number one, it's a misnomer to say that Aspi still is one of the best one-on-one defenders in the world. He is absolutely not. He is absolutely not.
Not for
No.
pace. Not for pace. He still has it, really.
So, hey, coach.
We
So,
can
coach,
read the game.
You asked me to speak. So, can you?
All right, okay, you go ahead.
Okay. Number one, he's not a good captain because he doesn't yell at his players. If you don't yell at your players, you're not a great captain. I would know because I was a captain. So I can speak on that. Number two, Trevor Chalobah is not a great player, but he has to play today. And the reason being is because Aspi shouldn't even be on this team. He is no longer acceptable in terms of quality, pace, and just his overall joie de vivre to even be on this team. He should not be on this team. If Chalobah plays right back as a makeshift, as you said, makeshift right back, I am fine with that. As Pilaqueta, oh my God, if I were the opposition, I would go right at him if Graham Potter chooses to play him, and I swear to God, if he does, I won't watch the game. As for Kalidou Koulibaly, and Coach, I do want to address this because Kalidou Koulibaly has gotten a lot of stuff lately. I'm not going to say the S word, I'm going to say stuff. He's gotten a lot of criticism, and I will say this, put some respect on that man's name. You have no idea how respected he is in the football community, especially in Italy. This is a very, very good player that has had a couple bad months. Okay, great. A couple of bad months. I'm not going to be the hyperbolic fan.
Player.
He is a world-class player. I'm not going to be the hyperbolic fan that says that, oh, we're going to write him off. Okay, who are you to say that? No chance at all. I'm going to give Koulibaly 18 months. And guess what? I know he's going to come good because I watched him against Dortmund, and he was probably outside of João Felix the best player on the field. So
Carlito,
get out of here with that criticism, man. It takes time, man. It takes time. Okay, chemistry is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Carlito, Aspi has lost his legs, which is natural. Father time catches up with you. Other than that, he still reads the game.
I don't care because of the legs.
Well.
Because of the legs, it does not matter about everything else. I'm not here for nostalgia, bro. I'm not.
No. It's not about nostalgia. It's about.
But it seems like it is.
He's still effective when he's in position.
In what regard is he effective?
Because he reads the game. He knows when to come back. He knows.
You're right, but he reads the game at a slower pace than everybody else, and I'm sorry.
No. Actually, he reads hold on. He reads the game faster, but he's probably slower to react.
You're saying that doesn't mean it's true. You're saying that doesn't mean it's true. That's just an opinion.
Well, of course it is. But it's also other people's professional opinion also.
Which lately? Which ones?
Coaching staffs, for instance. That's why they play
Okay,
him.
but lately, I'm going to have to push back on that one too. Everybody says things. It does not mean that they are true.
No, and vice versa. Ditto. But I don't say that to you.
No.
Oh, listen.
I look. Hold on.
You hold on, sir. With all due respect, hold on.
Can we talk one by one? Let's talk one by one. Go ahead.
I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting.
No, I know you're not. But you interjected. So,
my bad.
Of course,
I'm sorry,
his legs have let. He doesn't have the pace. He never did have the pace per se. However, he's able to read the game. He's able to know when to cut in. He knows when to intercept, to read a ball when someone's going to cut in, etc., or go out. It's that simple, He brings a lot of intangibles also with his leadership qualities. Telling people where to go, especially when you have young backline like
Can I
Attila.
ask you what his leadership qualities are on the field? And this is
So
coming from someone
I
that
disagree.
actually did it.
Yeah, so I disagree with you. I've been a captain also. You don't have to shout to be effective.
Actually, you kind of have to.
No. Well, with all due respect, I politely disagree. You look at Silva.
Yeah, but if
Thiago
you
Silva
don't, yeah, but
has been a captain.
Thiago Silva
Listen,
yells at his teammates.
oh, okay, listen. We beg to differ.
No. This is not semantics. This is not conjecture. Thiago Silva yells at his teammates.
Okay. Listen.
Coach,
Let me bring it.
Come on.
Bobby. I want this again. Like you said again. I need this to end this at least 1 hour before the
By the way,
the watch
Aston
along,
Villa
so that I can
is in it today, baby. Let's go.
so that I can take a break before the next show. Bobby, your thoughts on the lineup we've picked so far? What do you think? I'm just plugging it in because we're running out of time. We had a lot of conversation with Mikhail in the house too. We had a lot of good conversation, but again, it derailed us from the lineup building exercise. But Bobby, your thoughts on the 11 I'm plugging in? I'm still going to be asking those in the chat. I asked them this position. They picked Aspie over Chalobah. Here, I don't think the option clearly will be Chilwell, right? Cucurella, we heard, is out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Bobby, if you're there.
Player, man. Ben Chilwell's
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead. The
Hello,
selection so
Bobby.
far, what do you think?
If the rumor is true, I think Chilwell's out as well,
No.
and I wouldn't start him. I think he played close to. In fact, the fact that he couldn't finish 90 minutes is testimony to the fact that he's still coming back from injury, and not playing Reece James is pure man management. He played a full 90. He played, I think, 60 or 70 the game before. Let's not get the guy injured. He's so important to the team. Malagusto's recovering from injury, but we should have enough to manage without Reece. We've done without him all the time.
Can I ask
So
you
we
a
may as
question?
well
Can I
preserve
ask you?
him
Can-
for-
Yeah, let him drop. You can ask him.
I
Let
want
him
to
drop
ask you though,
first.
because I want to ask him the question. I want to ask him.
for the critical games, i.e. Dortmund. Look, my left back would be Lewis Hall. If Tony can do it, he's a little bit premature, but Badia Shield has helped guide him in a couple of games. I would start Lewis Hall. Centre-back pairing, Badia Shield and Koulibaly. I have criticised Koulibaly, but I'm inclined to agree. He is a player with pedigree. His class always shows through in the end. I think he does need time. Who knows? Maybe he had some niggles. I don't know. But the game against Dortmund showed that there is a real quality player in there. So him and Baghdadi Shield centre-back pairing. Now, the right back is really interesting because, and this also has bearing on further up the field, because I think Mount will start today. Why? Because of the captain position. If he starts Aspie, like I think he will, it's only because he's the captain. Personally, I would start Chalobah and maybe bring Aspie on later. That would be my back four. Yeah, I mean, because of the slight inexperience of Lewis Hall, I would try and play a back three and have Hall and Chalobah overlapping as the wing backs. Chalobah has done it before. He may not be anywhere near as good as James, but he has done it before and he's quicker than Aspie. Somebody want to?
I like that. I like that. I think from a defensive perspective, that makes me feel better about our defensive solidity and the fact that we're playing makeshift people in both fullback positions. I'd rather they be wingbacks and put in an extra centre back in there, maybe Aspie, to shore us up, and it takes the pressure off.
So you think it won't be this structure, Mikhail?
No, I think it will be a back four because we've already prefaced that Potter is making a conscious effort to play a back four. As a fan, I know we're going to be questioned. There are going to be questions at the back, so I'd rather we play a back three as well. So I agree with Bobby there. If we're gonna go with a back three and we're going to go with makeshift players, I'd rather see a back three then and have Lewis Hall on one side and Chalobah on the other, and at least we have some cover for them.
It fits exactly. It fits with the players we have, and it gives us something to bring off the bench.
I like that. By the way, big up, Bobby. Been a while.
Michaela, my goodness me.
So Bobby talked something.
long
Bobby
time.
said that makes sense. I think Mason Mount most definitely starts this game.
He does, because without Aspie,
Yeah.
he'll carry the armband. With Aspie, he'll take the armband when Aspie goes off.
But even beyond the captainship again perspective, I think there's a chance he starts in the 10th position and then Felix plays in the a false 9 role. Maybe again, it's still be fluid.
I sincerely think that he will put perhaps Mason Mount on the right. I think he's going to play Fofana as the number 9. I really do. He's going to start him at least.
Where do you think Mason start? Do you think Mason start over Madrid on the right hand side?
No chance.
Modric
No
on
chance.
the left.
Modric
Well,
on the
we'll
left,
see.
even I think every time you play Mason Mount on the flanks, if it's not in a structure where we play, for instance, 2-8, where these two guys will be more again tight here. Again, let's say in a 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-1-2, 3-4-2-1 structure, then that's where you can start Mason Mount here. Whenever Mason Mount starts on the flank and it's really in the winger position, he usually seems confused. So if he's going to play with this same structure we're looking at here, to me, I really can. Everybody knows I love this formation. Then he was most likely start Mason Mount as a 10, or maybe deeper. Then he gets even more lost in the game. You won't even see him. But I don't know what to do.
So you
Felix
said
can
no.
go on the
He
flank,
just
you know
said
that.
no. Coach just said start Mason Mount as the 10 over João Felix.
No, but João Felix will still be part of it. But because Mason Mount cannot be here, Felix can be there. He's played there before. Felix can be
Felix
here
can go
in a
on
fluid
the
approach.
flanks, don't you? He can play
Yeah, he
on
can
the
play
right
on the
or
flanks
left.
too. Yeah, he can play on the flanks too. But there's no today. Here's the thing. Today is the day we'll learn whether Potter will only play Felix as a 10, or whether he'd move him to the flank to accommodate somewhere else.
What would you do?
I wouldn't even play Mount.
Thank you.
Yeah, if it was me. But the concern is that he's most likely going to start Mount.
He's going to start. If it was you would.
Oh no! You're saying he's going to start Mount. That is conjecture. You do not know.
Well,
watch it happen. But go ahead, Bobby. You were saying something.
I think knowing how Potter thinks, he's going to start Mount. He's got his eye on the armband. Who the hell
knows what Potter thinks, man?
Well,
I think there's a strong possibility that will indeed transpire.
I think so too.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, we'll see.
Now,
because Zachariah is eligible to play as well, and I love Zachariah, so we'll see about that.
Well, Zachariah has been eligible to play for the past two games.
Oh, I know that. I've watched the games too. I know.
So
let me ask the chat who pairs and so go ahead, Bobby.
This is the interesting one, because I think in as much as he's going to rest Reece James, he has to be careful with Ruben as well. He's another one that you can't push too hard. So we could be in for a surprise with the start for Kovacic, who is going to want to give some minutes building up to Dortmund, and or Zachariah. He might play them, maybe 60 minutes one, 30 minutes the other.
Yeah. I think you make a very serious argument there. Ruben still has to be considered here. Yes. And Potter, we don't have enough sample to be able to predict anything close to what Potter would do, except that I'm sure again there's the likelihood either Kai Havertz start or Mason Mount start. Either of the two players will start. But in terms of what he does in other areas for selection, there's no clarity, especially here. There's a chance he starts Ruben again. Feeling maybe if he sees it that he did well in the last game, to me, I think as much as I think he did well that day, we lacked something that had Kovacic been on the bench would do better in that midfield area, because he's not a deep line midfielder. He's not. I called it makeshift. I know Bobby thought maybe again to me it's still makeshift, because he wasn't able to fulfill that hybrid of 8 and 6 like Kovacic did, because Enzo was the more disciplined of the two players, but yet he didn't do much offensively like Kovacic would.
He could start Ruben, but I think that would be very stupid of him. and that'll be courting with further injury. Ruben needs not to play until maybe Spurs, where it becomes a bit meaty in midfield and we need the physicality. This game, yes, Southampton are very physical, but they are not unnecessarily brutal. And I think, look, mate, if we can't rotate against Southampton, then we may as well pack up and go now, really. I mean, we've got injuries. We've got to ease them back. We've got no choice. So this is a game where Mr. Potter has to show he is astute enough as a tactician to manage Chelsea Football Club. A very big game for him more than anything else.
It's a very big game, Coach. Can I just say one thing?
Mhm.
Chelsea fans, English fans in particular, and I'm not, throwing a trope out there, but I have to say, man, you guys, you discount games in the Premier League. You shouldn't. Every game is tough. Every no.
But we've got
look,
injuries. We've got injured players coming
back.
back.
Can I land? Can I land? I mean,
Go ahead, land, but don't hurt yourself in the process.
Good one. No. My point is that to say that Southampton is an easy game, which is what you're intimating at, with your words,
No.
is what you said.
I
No,
said
well, you 100% intimated that.
I
I would
said
say that
they're
Evan.
If you're saying that's not what he said, let him correct himself. Let him say
That's fine,
let
but
him
what
make
I'm
you
saying-
understand. Yeah, go ahead.
What I'm
They
saying
are
is
not.
that
They will not
every
be.
game is
So let him
difficult.
explain what he said so that you don't misquote him.
Jesus.
They are strong in midfield. I said that, but they will not be as malicious as a team like Spurs will be in midfield. That's why we're gonna need
So
someone
you're
that
talking
has-
about a game that is 8 days from now.
Yeah, with the
Why
injured-
does that
with
matter
injured players
within
have-
the context of right now?
Because if you play someone like Ruben now,
Oh my
playing
goodness! I know what you're
playing-
about to say, and I'm totally
Now,
disagreeing.
can you let him speak, Kalito?
I was speaking, and he interrupted me first. I'm sorry, Coach. What are we talking about here?
All right, go ahead. You drop, then Bobby can come in. You go
Yeah,
ahead.
well, by the way, what he's about to say is ridiculous. These are footballers that on football. Oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. I was interrupted. And I just lost my train of thought. Sorry, Coach.
Sorry about what?
Okay.
I
No,
think
was interrupted.
if I may jump in for on Bobby's perspective there. Southampton, there's no disrespect to Southampton, but I think the comment is valid. The comment is valid. The comment is valid that it's the 20th place team in the table right now. If you can't rotate against the 20th place team, who do you rotate against, right? That I think was the point.
That's what I said earlier.
So my point is very simple. No. I found my point.
Hey, wait a minute.
You're
God,
the
who
one
is
that
this
interrupted
guy?
me.
What is wrong with you? I don't like your arrogance. Keep your mouth shut. You've been interrupting everybody. Who the hell are you? Who do you think you are?
Ryan.
Tired of this. Your arrogance stinks. The hell do you think you are? I played football.
Go
Who
ahead,
did
Bobby.
you play
Speak.
for?
Go ahead, Bobby. Don't worry. Speak.
Gosh, I don't want to talk now, Coach. This guy's pissed me off.
Just drop Bobby. Senor?
He's gone. He's dropped. He dropped for real. He dropped out.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay. So I don't think that's your Fofana stats, unfortunately. I'm not sure, but
Really?
I'm gonna ask those in the chat. I think here's the thing. What usually happens here whenever we do a lineup selection, I've asked those in the chat there again who pairs Enzo in the pivot. 67% thinks it's going to be Zakaria. I'm not sure how fit it is. Again, I hate doing the predicted lineup for Graham Potter. Really. Yeah. For Thomas Tuchel, I hardly get it wrong. But Graham Potter,
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
because there was only two spots to rotate.
Yeah,
every
exactly.
week.
Yeah, exactly. He was very predictable, but this man, like Roger would say, is predictably unpredictable. And it's
Yeah.
we
To be
don't
honest,
know him that much.
I'm not feeling the 4-2-3-1, but I'm thinking that's probably what he will start with, but I would rather see a 4-3-3 just because it gives us one more man in midfield. And we haven't been too great up front, but then I'm also conflicted because I want Fofana getting a start up front. So
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
so it's kind of like, you have to give up something to get something, and maybe we'll see it in phases off play, where we might switch between a 2-man pivot and a 4-3-3.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that and I'm hoping this, do you think Fofana is good enough? Because I'm hoping he is.
In terms of Niggles, did he have a injury? Is that what you meant?
No. What I'm at Dacho Fofana. What I'm asking is, I hope he's actually good enough to lead the line.
Well, we won't find out till we try it, right? So
you're totally right on that. You're totally right.
Yeah. So we have to at some point give the guy a run of 1 or 2 or 3 games just to see where he's at. He doesn't have to be the finished article, as long as he's adding something that we're missing right now. I'm open to trying things out, because this seems to be a season of a lot of faces, a lot of new faces, and we have to kind of find what works, what doesn't work. And unfortunately or fortunately, it doesn't seem to be the same lineup two weeks in a row ever.
Well, he's actually coach. He's actually used the most amount of players this season in the Premier League, more than any other. In fact, I think it's in the top 5 leagues in Europe, he's used the most amount of changes. Can I just ask something very briefly? Are we 100% sure that he's actually going to use a back 4 today?
He has enough for it to see. He has enough again in the squad for it to still be a back 4. Aspie is there. Without Aspie, he's played Chalobah. He's used Chalobah as a makeshift right back.
I agree.
So he has enough, but there's no talent. What I think for sure is that he doesn't have enough. I don't think he has enough for you could say a hybrid, a structure approach, because he can't do that with Sherwell.
I'm not saying he's going to, but I have a small sneaking suspicion he may indeed use a back.
Why do you think so?
No Reece, no Silva. I think he'd probably want 3 at the back. But
go ahead. I'll be back in a minute or two.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's something that has crossed my mind. I'm not saying he's going to do it, because who knows, But I was thinking, you could use Badiashile, Koulibaly, and Chalobah in the back 3, and the wing backs be Hall and be Aspie, and your 2 midfielders, they could be whomever. But I don't want to see the opportunity of a Fofana being dropped in that case. So I get it, but I just feel that there's a small chance, a small possibility, shall we say, that he may indeed go with the back 3 because of Silva being missing. I wouldn't put it past him. That's all I'm trying to say. As for the front 3, gentlemen, I have I would suspect he would play Madueke, but I wouldn't be surprised, as Bobby said, if indeed we see Mount there. I personally, I think it's best that he sits down for a few more games and possibly come on as a sub with 20 minutes left. I think it would do him a world of good. I think maybe he's tired physically and thus mentally. I think Modric needs to be bled in more. Felix he's just a class player. He's oozing with talent. He's so technical. He sees the field so well. It would be remiss of us if we don't sign him to a full contract, eventually.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the way he plays, and and I want to see Fofana more. I really do. I don't know what's transpiring, in Cobham on the training field, that he's not being picked enough, but I want to see more of him. Who knows? I'll tell you what would disappoint me today if I see Pierre-Emerick start today. I do not want to.
No, but he's out.
Oh, is he not even in the squad?
Nope, he's not going to be in the squad. Yeah,
I didn't know that. Okay,
he's not going to be in the squad. Silva's not going to be in the squad.
Yeah, I know that.
Cucurella is not going to be in the squad. James. Yeah.
So so that's great. I just hope. And listen, I love Havertz. Don't get me wrong. I rate him so highly. It's not just what he does with the ball, it's what he does off the ball more than anything. But I want to see more of Datra Fofana. I think he's the sampling size we've seen of him is so minuscule, but what I did see, I was impressed with. I have been. So I'd like to see him more. But anyway, that's why I think there's a small chance that he could. Listen, the last 3 games we started with a back 4. The 3 prior starts were a back 3. So who knows? That's the reason why I said that there's a small propensity that he may actually start with a 3, given the fact that Silva's not there and Reece is not there. But who knows? You know, he could play with a 5-5-5.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make of again this lineup right now, because when it occurred to me that most likely Mason Mount start, then I wasn't sure what I'm going to do here.
Coach, when you're going to sleep and you're counting sheep, are they in a 4-2-3-1 formation? Just curious.
No, but here's the thing. I know you know I love this structure, but this is mainly, if it's going to do anything to accommodate Felix, it has to be a 10. Let me just say accommodate a 10. It has to be this structure.
Agree. I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
Just teasing.
But there are other ways. There's a structure with a 3 at the back where instead of ending it with 2-1, end it with 1-2, then you accommodate a 10-2.
Coach,
if it's 2-1, then you will have to accommodate 2-8. But we're not sure what he's going to do today. He may well, because of, again, even playing, what's his name, the young Englishman, to playing Conor Gallagher and Mason Mount, there's a chance we see both start.
Yeah.
But we're not sure what's going to happen.
Do you think Hall gets to see action today?
There's a chance. Yeah, exactly that too.
Yeah,
that's a possibility too. So it's hard to tell. I think we don't have, again, the change has been so much. Changes have been so much. Changes have been so much. You don't have anything to work with.
I also don't want to see, Coach, I don't want to see Enzo play 90 minutes. I don't want him to get burnt out. I know he's a young man, as a finely tuned athlete, etc. But he can't play 90 minutes twice a week. It's just not sustainable. So I want to see him subbed off. Hopefully, if we do have a lead of 2 or more goals, I want to see him subbed off in 60 to 70 minutes.
Yeah. The question is, how do we accommodate Mount here? Or do you think he's going to play a 4-3-3? Right?
You know, I agree with Bobby. There is a chance that he could actually play in instead of Madueke, or at least come. I would like to see him not start. Personally.
No, if it is this structure, starting Mount here doesn't make any sort of sense.
No, I know, but he's done that before,
yeah,
historically, and I get Bobby's. I was actually thinking that this morning. There is a chance that could transpire. Would I want to see it? No, I wouldn't, for 2 reasons. One, I think he does need to be rested, and 2, out of all the acquisitions we've made, believe it or not, Noni Madueke is my favorite acquisition. More than anyone, more than Felix so far. I think he has the upside to be explosive. I absolutely love the way he plays. He's so direct. He's powerful, strong, fast. He's got height, and I love the way that he doesn't only rely on his left foot. He can get to the byline and cross it with his right very well, so he's going to be my favorite player, I think, soon.
This is really just a wishful lineup. It's not.
Yeah, no, I know exactly. Actually, yeah, no.
I think.
Where's Messi?
I kind of want to echo that. The profile of player that Madueke seems to be a physical, aggressive type of presence. I think we've been lacking in our recruiting. So I think the game before last, he shoulder barged Paquera and sent him into the dressing room 10 minutes, like within 10 minutes.
And he's young and he's fearless. So.
Yeah, and he actually was able to sense the danger, because we on the break from that corner. I think it was Enzo that got beaten, and the break was on, and Madueke had the presence of mind to run in from the right side and put in that foul, and put in a foul to pretty much shook Paqueta's world upside down. I was just loving it, because that's the kind of physicality Ziyech cannot bring. And I'm not saying that Ziyech is not good. I'm just saying that we've been missing that type of physicality on that side of the pitch. So
Yeah.
it was nice to see, and I'm hoping that we start putting more of those type of personalities or profiles in the team as we move forward, because we've lacked that. Jorginho wasn't, he's kind of like a slight framed player. Enzo isn't the most physical either. Zakaria is a little more physical, you can argue.
Oh, yeah, for
Chalobah,
sure.
Yeah,
Chalobah,
he is physical.
Chalobah's pretty tall, so that helps. Um,
May I ask one quick question, gentlemen? What's the status with Zakaria and Kovacic? Are they both fit enough to at least get minutes today?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, and this is
The
what I
only
don't
argument
like.
will be they've joined again. They've resumed training quite
Yeah.
some time now. It's about almost 2 weeks that they started training with the first team.
I'm
With
pretty
the
sure.
with the other
Then,
players.
I'm pretty
Sorry?
sure. I'm pretty sure. Then, if that's the case, and based on the fact they're both coming back from injuries, that Kovacic and or what's his name, Zakaria, I think they're going to split time today each. Whoever starts, the other one will come on for the other. I think that's a fair assumption. But I don't want to see Enzo play 90 either today. I think we need to start reeling him back in
I
minutes
think he
wise.
plays 90 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but I don't wish to.
Yeah, but we
I'm
can't
just
do
being
otherwise,
conservative.
really. If we do anything, if we do otherwise, we'd suffer.
You can put
Because
Bettinelli there, sir.
sorry.
You can put Bettinelli there.
For some reason, let me say obvious reasons, I think the spirit of the panelists is a bit downcast. For obvious reasons, maybe if I want to phrase it that way.
Sure.
But all on me. But that's by the way we move on. Mudryk here. This is just a wishful lineup, no longer predicted lineup. I don't see.
Oh, beautiful game. Oh, man. Yellow card.
Yeah,
For
I
that.
saw that and I'm highlighting it. Ty, how again? If Mount is going to start, because most likely he start. He hasn't started in 2 games. I don't see him going 3 games without starting. How are we going to accommodate him? Do you think it will still be this structure if he's going to start? Are you there, Ty? Your mouth,
No.
your mic. Okay, go ahead.
No, I don't
Oh, you're
think
not
that's
there.
where you. I'm there.
So you just said no, son. But go ahead. What were you saying?
Ty, you're killing me.
No, I was saying no, as in I don't think that'll be the structure. I don't think he plays there
If
if
he
he
starts,
plays, or if he starts rather. I I think you would have to be. I think you would have to be one of Mudryk not playing or Maduki, and I don't think the structure would still be a 4-2-3-1. I think I think Potter would rather go with a 4-3-3 or a hybrid 4-3-3, and Mount makes up or probably takes up a deeper role. Or maybe we see this same thing where Mudryk is being utilized as a player that has to be deeper and then tries to go from deep to high. But I think if Mount is going to start, I think he would probably be in a more hybrid 4-3-3, and he would be there to kind of accommodate if, of course, Kovacic and Enzo is the option, or whoever that pivot, quote unquote, will be.
Just to be sure, Aubameyang it won't be in the squad. I think we heard that during the press conference
Yeah.
or so. Or did people make that up? Yeah. So again, I'm saying that because of Kim. So, but go ahead with what you were saying, Ty.
Yeah. So even then, I mean, Fafana is probably the best option we have. I don't know if Potter is gonna play Felix as a false 9. I'd highly doubt that, unless he's crazy. So that's the only way I see Mount even playing in this game, and I think would be sacrificing one of Maduki or Mudryk, and I think probably the option would probably be Maduki. Although I think is it Mikhail that made a mention of over the years, in recent years we haven't really had somebody with that physique or somebody like him. So It's a recruitment style that we should be following. I'm not sure who said it, but I remember somebody saying something similar to that. So I
From my
would
director,
say
I was
that,
mentioning that I don't see a lot of physicality in our recruitment.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Madueke is very different, and I like him as a
That's the
player.
only way
I
I
see
see Mount playing. I don't really see a place for him to start.
Yeah, I see Chama in the chat. Chama, I hope you're doing well. Lots of good stuff there. But again, I'm a bit downcast right now for obvious reasons, but I'm not going to go into that. Hey, think Ancelotti, Neil again. Okay, yeah. What name is that? Many Chelsea coaches didn't jump around like crazy during games. Or, oh, okay, I'm way far too behind, and I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, please, so I'll be able to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Apologies again that I left it again too long. Usually that doesn't happen. So my sincere apologies to you all. Again, Coach B1, again, Rogerdinho, it's after your ship. Okay. Let's say
Is
again.
he
Let's say,
related to the beautiful game? They sound like each other.
yeah, they do sound like each other. Do you
Yeah,
guys know each other?
eerie.
Tom Bryan and the Bluetooth again. Do you guys know each other? Or are you two comedians maybe? Again, what are the chances of Potter actually starting Fofana up top? That's why we got to the attacking area, we got confused,
Seriously,
realizing that there's a chance.
I hope it's a good chance, Coach. I really do.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm against playing quote unquote rookies just for the sake of playing, but I really want to see him get more minutes. I really do. I think it's justified. So, will he though? Will Graham Potter actually start him? If he doesn't, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm being honest with you, because I don't see why he shouldn't. Because I believe Havertz has started 3 or 4 games consecutively at the very least, and there's no reason why he shouldn't start him in a 4-2-3-1, even in a 4-3-3. I see no reason why Fofana shouldn't start, because he's not in the European squad.
That's you talking.
Yeah.
Because we've seen a situation where we were expecting Amanda Burrow to start the Champions League game. I think, was it a Champions League game that we all, was it the Champions League game that we all thought maybe that's it? He starts that one. Probably if I'm wrong.
Even a couple of weeks ago, we all thought that Fofana was going to start.
Yeah, exactly.
And he didn't. So, listen, I've been wrong before. I'm wrong quite often. But I really believe this will be a very good opportunity for him to start, but for a myriad of reasons that we've just talked about. I'd be disappointed. I will want to hear a journalist ask him, why did you not start Fofana? And I want to hear why, if that's the case. Seriously, I do.
It looks like the journalists are a bit lenient with him. Instead of asking him questions regarding the players, and one of the questions they asked him was about if it changed anything about the VAR or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, what is going on here? Yeah, that's some question he doesn't have an answer to. What sort of question is, what would he change about VAR?
I want to hear questions like injury, who's available, who's not injured, who is injured, or what type of injury, what formations do you see progress? I want to hear and see insightful questions with a purpose, and I don't see this consistently, and I find this disconcerting. I really do. So
okay, brother, again, I see your message in the private chat, but if you have anything else to say before you drop out, you go ahead, bro. Again, I cannot thank you enough for finding the time to join. Unfortunately, I can't say it was the usual approach for us today. A lot's changed, but go ahead, Mikhail.
No, thanks. I just have to bring the news that Arsenal have equalized again. So yeah,
but they haven't won at least.
No, it's still some time to go there. So, but no, it's always a pleasure. I just had, for once, I woke up early enough to actually be able to jump on. Your timelines kind of challenging for me to jump into. So it's nice to be on here.
6 a.m. your time, so I appreciate that. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, no, I was like, okay, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen today. So and my apologies if I you know
No.
came
You know, again,
came on
I
too
should be
strong.
apologizing to you.
I'm a bit of a troll, but
I
sometimes
like the trolls. I like it.
My apologies to any and all. But it's all banter, and it's all just to kind of have a good time here and have some good debate. Hoping for a win, and whatever formation we play, we have got to trust in Potter to see us through.
Yeah.
Big up to everybody.
Thanks,
Thanks, Coach.
brother. I appreciate you finding time to join. 6 a.m. your time when you joined. I cannot thank you enough. I appreciate that. Again, I apologize the way the whole thing went today. That's not our standard, but it's okay. But thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough.
Big up, Blues.
Cheers. Let me bring in a DJ. Your thoughts again. Big up, more importantly to you. Nice to see you. But quickly, let me try and catch up on what we have to chat, and I'll come to you just quickly. I don't think it would take too much time. Coach, again, grab the chat log. What did I say about Arsenal come February? They are the Premier League's Jedi. May the fourth be with you. They could still win this one, really. They could still win this one. Again, it is too early for Dacho Fofana to be a starter. We're not saying be a starter, but given that we don't have any other traditional, again, anybody that is able, that can play that, again, participate in that fluid approach, but be able to at least bully defenders when the opportunity, when that is needed. He's capable of doing that. Put Dacho Fofana in second half. Maybe that works too. Again, if things don't work, again, our fans are bizarre. They called Lukaku Drogba 2.0. Havertz against Starboy. Mount generational. Praised Werner. Praised Werner signing again like he was a Messi. Called Odoi a 1v1 demon. So many Kringer predictions and delusions. You took your time. See how you just... Did you start writing this a year ago? Because the way you put it down there. Your chair coach, again, look on the brighter side. You still have Roger. Yep, again, to always get at.
That's not
to
a compliment.
I still have Roger to fight. And maybe that will make me happy. So I like that one.
Yeah.
Again, I want to be like Tommy when I grow up. You guys are great. And again, I love having you two again available.
Jeez Louise.
Okay, 3-3-3-2. Anybody? What?
No, 5-5-5.
Maybe. Valley, big up to you, brother. Again, Chimas, again, you are also being hyped when Chimas, again, you're also being hyped when we signed Lukaku. Okay. Let me see again. Rather see Madueke play center forward than Havertz. He played there at PSV, a much stronger, better shooter, and can do it again at the link-up play. Plus, he's a better dribbler overall. But they're both good players. But I get your argument. I'd rather him start from the flanks. I think he has more to offer from the flanks. The way he glides with the ball, the way he moves with the ball, I really do like that. But that's by the way. Let me see what we have again. Chelsea has been a lion. Lioness for months. Again, it's of a new types of contracts, not injuries. Okay. Again, sometimes something big happening behind the doors. We're not stupid. I hope so. Let me see what else we have here. You choose wisely. Okay. So you don't want him to be you. Are you looking at that, Roger?
Yes.
He wants to be him when he grow up, and he doesn't want him. He doesn't think he'd like being him. I hope you're well. Turk, again, Unov, I hope you're well too. Thank you so much for finding time to join the show. I'm not going to say that because I want to go to heaven, if you get what I mean. Potter and Southgate have an identical approach. Do I think so? But if you give me the two of them, even though Potter hasn't done anything, you can say close to what Southgate has done, I'd take Potter, given the potential I see he has. Potter will play Lewis Hall. I hope that happens. Big up again. Okay, big up, Chris. Big up to you, to Valley. Let's bring in the DJ. DJ, your thoughts on the lineup. Would you do anything different than what we have here? This time we're just having fun because we're not sure we'll be anything close to getting it correct.
Nah, listen, big up, guys. By the way,
So big up to you too,
Hello,
brother.
DJ.
yeah, I can't disagree with that lineup. I think it's actually a very good lineup. You know, I don't think I'd make any changes in there. I think if I was to look at one, probably would be Aspie probably, and maybe put Chalobah in there. But having said all that, we don't actually have our captain. If he wasn't playing, they would have no captain. Or whoever would be the next captain after that would not be there. So, yeah, I think it's a good enough lineup.
Can I ask you this quickly, DJ?
Yeah.
A lot of people say, like, again, because he's the captain, he has to start. Is that the argument?
No, it's not the argument. I think it's part of the equation because of experience. Because obviously, you take Thiago Silva out of that team. Cucurella's obviously been out by far best defender. Obviously, you got Koulibaly in there as well, who can give experience as well. I think that's probably what you'd be looking for in a game like today. If you look around at the rest of the players in the team, they're near enough. I mean, near enough all like below obviously Aspie's age. So, Koulibaly, I'd probably say, and him are the most two experienced players in that team. Obviously, covers there as well. But I think for Aspie, for that reason, I probably would have him in the team. I mean, if we can't beat Southampton today with a team like with this team today, then I wouldn't know what else to say, to be honest with you, because they are lying where they are in the Premiership. We should really go out there and win. But yeah, as I said, I do like the lineup. I think it's a very good lineup, and I hope he does choose that lineup, and hopefully we'll go and win today.
What do you think? What do you think of Hall?
But being honest, again, given the little you know about him, because none of us knows him very well, do you think you see this 11?
Realistically.
Yeah, realistically, because we think Mount will start. That's when we say That's when we started realizing we're just wasting our time. I wouldn't. Go ahead.
I wouldn't be against Mason Mount starting, to be honest with you, because he's not played many games.
Really?
I wouldn't be against him. Starting. However, bear it in mind what's been going on with him of late. I don't know whether he whether Potter, I don't know, for whatever some reason or another, Potter doesn't seem to want to pick him. I don't know why. But bear it in mind that he's going to be suspended, I do believe. Not for a while. He'll be suspended for the next Champions League game. So I would have thought you'd have probably given him some game. Mason Mount, he's not playing next leg. He got booked.
Really?
Yeah. So he'll be out. He'll be out the next leg of the Champions League game against
against
Dortmund.
Be utilized more in the league.
That's why I thought, maybe that way he probably will be more utilised. But hey, we never know. But he may put Mount in there today.
Oh, he was booked, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he was. So whether who he comes in there for is another thing, because that team is in itself.
What do you think?
Sorry. Let me see. I'm seeing something in the fifth stand saying Chelsea confirmed team because it's 1 hour before kickoff. So let's see if it shows us. Go ahead, DJ, with what you're saying.
No, bro. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. What's the question? Well, Fofana, did you say? Yeah, I want this kid to start. I really want him to start. Ditto ahead of Kai Havertz in this game. I think he's got a lot to offer, and I just think he's been unlucky, not being given the proper opportunity. And I think today will be the opportunity to unleash him against Southampton today.
Let me see what we have here.
Nothing yet.
No, there's something there again. It's all changes on the fly.
I'm looking at the BBC.
Noni Modric and Mason Mount replaces Mihailo Modric.
It's up now.
And Hakim Ziyech. Yeah, if you can see it somewhere. So Noni Modric. Modric goes to the bench.
Madueke. Wow. Chilwell. Hold on.
I'm trying to look at the lineup.
Right game. Yeah, I've got
Let me see if I find it with the structure here.
It's got Chilwell.
But go ahead with what you're saying, DJ.
Okay, I got the lineup fully here, guys. I don't know if you want it to it. It's Kepa.
It's exactly what you have on the Mount starting. No, Mount is starting.
Oh, Mount is there, is he? I'm just looking.
Yeah, Mount.
Yeah, he is. That's the only one change. I think you got other than that, the whole lineup is correct.
Madueke, Felix, Mount, and Fofana up top. So basically, you're looking at Modric not starting. Wow, I didn't see that.
Hold on.
Modric.
That's what Fofana starting?
Yes, he is.
Oh, I'm seeing it now.
But instead of Modric,
that's what Fofana starting. Felix, then no Modric.
No Modric.
He's on the bench though. On the beach.
He's on the bench.
on the
Yeah,
bench.
which starts again. And
Yeah,
this again, yeah, the position. I think we're missing the positioning now. As Pliqueta starts, as we think, so the back four, we got it correctly.
You got
but
everything
the
correct
2-6s
apart from Mount. Everything is identical.
Yeah, we got this one correctly too. Kovacic
with
and
the
this and
exception of
this man.
Modric. With the exception of Modric.
But we're not sure whether it's this structure.
Well, it says 4-2-3-1 in BBC, but that doesn't mean anything.
Oh, did they say? Okay. Then
Yeah.
Felix here, then Fofana here. I'm happy this guy is starting. I think he will do us proud today.
Yeah.
So now Mason Mount starting again. If this is the structure, then where will Mason Mount be? Since
on the left, Modric. Yeah, there.
You think it's going to be on the left?
That's what it shows on the BBC. And
we were actually so close. You set one player off.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, the gods, they bleed. I'm actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm actually really surprised because Sterling's on the bench, and I was, shall we say, apprehensive about him starting. So if maybe his knock is taken effect, I was scared that he would put Mount instead of Modric, but he didn't. I'm sorry, Sterling instead of Modric, but he didn't. So I'm pleased about that.
But we were pretty sure either Mount or Kai Havertz start.
No, I thought Modric would start for sure. I would have. I'm not a gambling person. I would have bet a pound. I was 100% convinced that Modric would start. I'm shocked about that. I thought it would be either Madueke or Mount.
So even my YouTube shot again, the YouTube shot predicted lineup I did. I think it's the only player is this. The only difference
I'm
is
shocked
this guy.
at that. I didn't see that happening. Did you think
we didn't
Modric
expect that because we got confused?
No. Yeah, I didn't see him dropping Modric. Do you know he's never completed 90 minutes for us, has he? He's been subbed off in every game.
No, he hasn't. Abi graduate passes from what we've seen. Suleiman faster played at the World Cup. Has to be Lord help us. You think it's gonna smoke him? Let's look at that quickly. Let's look at that line. Okay. Sorry, DJ, if you want to say anything, you can come in and time. If I you want to say anything, you can.
I was just going to say one thing away from the lineup today. I just want to say R.I.P. to Christian Atsu. I just saw the news now. Apparently he's I didn't know until I just saw it now on Chelsea thing.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to him and obviously my regards go out to all his family. That's devastating news. Sorry.
How old was he?
Yeah, no, you have to. That's important. We observed a minute of silence on his behalf and all the people that died in that horrible earthquake. You weren't here then, so it's good. You have bring it up, bro. Again,
I just saw it now. I'm just reading it now. Just because I usually keep what you call on it, or I just didn't see it on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it just came up on my thing now.
Sorry.
Yeah. So it's heartbreaking, really. And it was the reports were conflicting. Some say they found him; he was alive. Some say they haven't found him. Sorry.
How's that possible? You know, the credibility of sources today is quite shocking.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Once you're done, I have something to say.
Please go ahead. No, not at all. Drop.
You see this number 9? I'm sure Ty remembers him.
Whom?
Paul Onuachu. Oh my goodness!
Let me look.
I don't know if he starts from this game, but he's going to tear down the Premier League.
No, I don't recognize him, sir.
Oh, you should go Google his name to look at his statistics in terms of goal. But some people say, it's the Belgian league. Yeah, but again, he showed you he's probably bigger than that league. He's such a fine finisher, and he's also good at dropping deep and participating in the play.
But by the way, I want to ask something. Did everyone see the Man City Arsenal game?
No, I didn't watch it.
Did you see Kevin De Bruyne's goal at least?
I saw the highlights. Yeah,
I saw the highlights.
Intelligence.
So my question to you is: can you name me one Chelsea player that could have scored that goal? I don't think I can.
Felix can do that.
Yeah. Okay. I just haven't seen it from anyone this year.
No, but I think he scored an offside goal that was something similar. Am I correct? He chipped the goalkeeper or so.
But I just thought when I saw that goal, I was thinking I can't think of a single Chelsea player that could have made that goal this year. That's the
Are we
first thing that
that
came into
bad,
my
really?
mind. That's the first thing that hit my front, cerebral cortex.
Are we
Like,
that bad, really? If you're in the
Yeah,
chat, if you
there we are.
know Paul Onuachu, tell us what you think about it.
No.
To me, I'm concerned, and this guy is big too, and he's good aerially. I'm sure Glenn will know him very well. Again, I heard, I think it was Tyrone, my friend and brother, that sent me a message saying they just signed him, and I was like, wow, because he and I did a scouting video about him. He's gonna. I hope it doesn't happen because I want us to win this game. He's gonna unsettle this defense if they're not in their A game. Really, I'm concerned. I get it. The pace of Suleiman, if we talk about the pace of Suleiman, you could say Modric can help, and that's the more reasons why as Paqueta will not be doing again too much offensively. I don't know if that makes sense. Wow. Yeah, it's going to be quite a game, really. And Romeo Lavia, an audition for him, if you ask me. Can you guys still hear me?
No.
Yeah, I can hear you. Good glove. Roger, man.
You've got to mess with him.
It has to be done, it has to be. I know you mean.
It's against my religion if I didn't.
So I know you're in their guns, but I'm okay. Let me catch up with the chat. I want to show you guys what Glenn says about Paul Onuachu, because I was sure he was gonna he'd know who he is because he played in the Belgium league. This lineup can now be right. This one is right now. Maybe he hasn't refreshed. It is very correct. That's the lineup. I saw that on the fifth stand too. And no RLC. I think I want to see RLC as much as he did well in the last game. I want to see Kovacic. I think these two will be more dynamic now. RLC was too cautious because he's not a deep line midfielder, and I don't blame him. He was effective by keeping it simple on the day, if that makes sense. My bad, misread it again. Panel, I hope you're proud of yourself. Your bad behavior today has filtered through the comments.
Oh man,
the comment section went bananas too.
It's excellent.
He went bananas too. Honestly, Mudryk could come off the bench. I think maybe he needs to do that in 2 consecutive games, then pick up from there. BBC is a joke. They have Chilwell at
they do.
Right
and
back, left back.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Let's see. I hope Mount does well there. I usually don't like him in that position on the flanks. Anything on the flanks. It's something. Maybe if this is not really the structure, we'll see. Google is showing Mount instead of Mudryk. Yep, and that's correct. Yep, that's correct. Let's see what else we have here now. What do we have again? The Bluetooth again. Anything else again? It's going to be a long day for us. Potter isn't doing himself any favor. I know because he picked Mount. I guess that's what you're saying. Why no Mudryk? Your flag shows probably. Are you from the same country or you just love him? I think he needs to come off the bench. I think that it will help him. He's fine, nothing wrong. He has started how many games in a row now? 2 in a row. The man with the wonderful hat trick. Let's see again. Where is James? Okay, is James. James is being rested. What's wrong with James? I don't know. Can you type them together and send them one time? Thank you too. I don't mean to laugh. I think that the behavior today has gotten into me too.
First thing I hear when I come back is laughter.
Coach is easily amused today.
Ty, big up to you, by the way.
Don't you see what's on the screen? You don't make sense of that.
Phew, sounds like the oh yeah.
Chill him.
I didn't read that until now.
Honestly,
yeah,
man.
It's
you
not my
what
fault.
happened earlier?
Sounds like the
I
coast is
didn't
clear.
say that. Okay, I know him all right. Again, he's actually a menace. Paul Onuachu is seriously a menace. I think he will tear up the Premier League, but I think he will have to adapt a bit. But do I think he will unsettle our defense today? I think he will. Hopefully, we don't concede because I want us to win this game. Finally, Fofana getting the game time, and you've been preaching that. So good to see. Too much a tragedy. Was hoping Christian Atsu will pull through. Again, heartbreaking news again for Chelsea fans and his family. and the Ghanaian football, again, Ghanaian society. Again, yeah, it's not good news. Lots of other people that lost their lives, thousands of people in Syria, also other places where the earthquake affected. So again, maybe their soul rest in peace. I mean, Fofana started. Kami, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. But I think we should be playing this game like we're playing a final because we need 3 points. We cannot underestimate this team. Remember, this team at the bottom, and we know teams at the at the end had to play. Plus, a new manager bounce. So 2 factors. We struggle against teams that are not playing well. Plus, the new manager bounce. It's going to be difficult. RRC is also made of biscuit. He probably I cannot play 3 games in a row. I'm not okay. Mount will play though again. The middle with Felix on the left again. That's how we needed this game. This game might be Mount's a redemption. Let's see. He's rested very well, and every time that happens, he usually does well. Seems James asked to be rested. Heard it from one of the online sources. Really? Okay. Should have a minute of silence before the game today. In my opinion, in the stadium they should. We did here on the channel here. I think they should. Arsenal versus Aston Villa game has been amazing to watch. What's the scores? Still probably 2-2.
2-2.
Why laughing? What is funny?
Coach.
I told somebody thank you because thank you because they told me that James is I don't see it. No, something has happened that we've been laughing about. Not you. Nobody's laughing at you. Your comments make sense and you didn't joke too. So if that makes sense, yeah. So nobody's laughing at you, bro. Again, let's say you missed some stuff, probably. Again, I'm scared of this game again, and bottom table teams know how to use us as a ladder to climb up. I hope we win. I do hope we win too. Villa is the better team, so they deserve to win. I hope they score 1 more goal. Anybody else want to talk about this particular lineup? If we can end on time, so I can get, even if it is 20 minutes late, a break, I'll take it. Go ahead, Ty. You were saying something?
Yeah, I was gonna say that I would at least you guys got 10 out of 11, right? Well, then again, you did make mention of Mount, but and I would say that I think probably plays on the left. So I guess that's okay. You guys didn't believe, but it looks like that is actually the case.
Do you think by any chance it will be a different structure?
Yes, and I think it was who was it? Somebody said something. I think it was Bobby Fairview that said something about the structure and probably Mo will be playing through the middle and Felix on the left. I think it's going to be interchangeable. I think for sure Maduki stays on that right side, but I think we're going to see some interchange. I think you're going to see more of a triangle with Fofana, Felix, and Mount. I think those are the positions to really pay attention to. I don't think Mount will stay solely on the left. I think he'll come central sometimes. Felix will be a bit more advanced. Fofana probably goes into the center. I think there'll be a lot of interchangeable things happening, but I do think Mo will be.
Is it something like 4-2-2-2, like Bobby Fairview thinks it's always been?
Yeah, and Felix will be like that supporting striker just behind Fofana, and then the interchanges as well. And then Mo probably comes in into central positions as well to help support Felix or clean the ball from cover for Enzo.
Yeah, it's most definitely fluid. Again, just quickly, Roger, did you hear? I think Ty and I we were the only ones on the panel when we talked about that. Did you hear his statement when somebody talked about us looking to sign a traditional striker? Just let me know. Say, did you hear his response?
Whose response, sir? Oh, you're talking about
again, your client.
Coach. Yeah, my client. Yeah. I liked it. He definitely has the approach that he's not a big fan, or at least currently,
of the traditional number 9
No, which is good because I get it. Listen, if Fofana turns out to be a clinical finisher and or Broya, I'm not going to complain. Don't get me wrong. That would be hypocritical of me. Having said that, when you do have this new philosophy of not relying on one person, you therefore don't have a single point of failure. You know, therefore you have people that can interchange.
Why
so
is
that
it difficult for people to understand that? Really,
It's
that's
so
what happens when you rely on again when you play with a traditional striker.
yeah. It's called redundancy. As a wide area network engineer, if you have a single point of failure, that would never be allowed in a network design. It's the same in football. It's like, why would you put all your eggs in one basket on one player, and if he's off form? It's also it has to do with the fact that this position is so hard to find a person that is like a Lewandowski, like a Kane, etc. They don't grow on trees, coach. I think it's to do with the fact that, listen, these defenses, the players and the schemes have got so advanced, and they're such great athletes. They've caught up with that position, and the rules have also made it much harder for people to score. The offside rule. It used to be, if you were level with the person, you were onside. Now, do you understand? It's changed completely. So they made it a lot easier actually for someone to score, and yet they're still not, because of the fact that they're much better athletes. They've refined it. These goalkeepers are much bigger, greater reflexes, and therefore finding a clinical person where in the past that same person would have probably succeeded, where in today's modern game they're not as much. So I think teams have had to rely on not using a number 9 in the last 5-10 years as a result of that. Look at Man City for the most part, without Aguero, who isn't really your prototypical 6'4", Lewandowski kind of player. There's so many number 10s are more flexible, they're faster, they can be more of a nuisance. Don't get me wrong, there are still number 9s in the world, but
Mourinho will always play with the number 9, for instance,
that's
and
his
he
bread
always
and
find
butter.
again.
That's his bread and butter. But I think this is the aforementioned reasons I think have contributed to the demise more often than the typical number 9. I think that's a safe assumption, in my opinion. At least that's how I look at it.
Yeah, let me catch up with the chat. I'll come back to the panel again. The start again. One to watch is Southampton striker Onuachu. Yep, I've talked about him at length. That guy is like 8 foot. Should be in the NBA. Then I tell you guys, he's a huge guy. Although I don't know how tall he is, he's a huge guy, and he's quick too, and he can play with his good technically. Carlito way on the highway. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that. Coach, can you add a time stop in the stream where again the carnage happened? Please, I need. I'm not going to do that again. I'm probably going to put it in private because I don't like that. But let's see what happens. I don't like the fight. Let me just put it that way. No hard feelings, bro. Much love. Again, I wasn't laughing at you, bro. Much love. Okay. Again, I don't like the lineup. Again, we need 3 points. We need to be firing on all cylinders. What would you have done differently? It'd be interesting to see. Fofana will score again. You heard it first here. Yeah, I think he'd score. It can just, but he needs a service. If we're being honest, it depends. And again, one thing I like about him, he's not your stereotypical striker that will stand there and be pointing and waiting for the ball. He can participate in the fluid approach because he's good technically. He's good on the ball. He can drive with the ball. He doesn't shy away from taking on people. His hold up play is also good. So he has everything, which was probably, you could argue, the club did look at all those things before deciding to keep him. I'm guessing you're talking about Ty again. Someone again, someone again. They're talking like a Jamaican. Yep, Ty is English
Jamaican. About
me. Okay, talking about you. You sound like Jamaica, all right. Have you all seen the interview? Seen him did when he was 16? Drogba was his idol, and he said that playing for Chelsea would be the biggest achievement for him. The problem is, I don't want him to come if Graham Potter is still the coach. Not because Graham Potter is a bad manager,
I get
but
it.
because of Graham Potter's approach.
He wouldn't succeed in
He
this.
Wouldn't. Again, it would be again. He would take Graham Potter changing the way he likes to approach the game to accommodate him. It would be Lukaku all over again. Not because he's a bad player, but because he doesn't fit. It's as simple as that. And I think with Vivell again, within the high with Vivell again at Chelsea right now, I think they look at it quite well and say this isn't going to work. And hopefully the owners they do their research and ask, okay, why didn't Lukaku really work? I'm sure by now they'll be quite well acquainted as to why that is the case. Roger making a mockery of the judicial system. Not me, like Roger was saying.
It's like Johnny Cochran, the famous attorney that defended O.J. Simpson, Roger Cochran.
Oh my goodness!
Ouch, man.
Okay, I'm gonna stop laughing. Simem also scored again a really good goal. He scores every time he plays. And what's the guy? He's pairing. The guy again. He's been again. The chemistry between the two of them is just excellent. He scores nearly every game. Really, it's crazy. Okay, you're talking
about
to your
Napoli. You're talking about Napoli. You're referring to Napoli.
Yeah, I'm referring. Yeah. He scores for them every game he plays. It's like, and I don't know. Like somebody wrote an article asking, is it the mask or was it a video that I saw? Because it looks like when the moment he started wearing mask, he got even better.
Gentlemen, Jorginho just hit a rocket shot outside of the box, hits the crossbar, hits the goalkeeper, and goes in.
Are you serious?
On the 93rd minute.
Jorginho scores for Arsenal.
Yeah, a rocket shot outside of the box, and it's an own goal though because it hits the bar and it comes off the keeper.
You're right. Do you know what my friend Mel says on Twitter? Jorginho, marry me.
Oh my God! And you know what? Aston Villa hit the bar about 10 minutes ago. Freaking Arsenal.
So Jorginho wins this one for them. We don't have agent Jorginho. We don't have an agent there. We don't have double agent at Arsenal, really.
And Emiliano Martinez is an ex-Arsenal player too.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
He must be playing his heart out.
23 yards outside of the box. Oh my God. It comes off the keeper. It's an own goal. Jammy.
Does it matter? Jorginho took a shot. If you don't buy tickets, you're never going to win a lottery.
He has never struck a ball that sweet for Chelsea in his entire career. And the Plonker does it for Arsenal in his third game.
Look at Cobra. Cobra in the chat is crying. He's saying Jorginho is a disgrace.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's right. Well, let's end this one quickly so I can take a bit of a break before we do the watch along. Big Up Blues, let's see the game. Lolo, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Again, Chelsea Sessions, yes, I am Jamaican living in the USA. WhatsApp group, I think I need one or you guys again, I need to make one. Wow. Ty. But let's start from Twitter because we can't share numbers here. Let's start that from Twitter. If you're on Twitter, follow Ty or follow Chelsea. Start with Chelsea Perspective. I'll connect you with Ty and everything so we can follow each other. But it makes sense. Jorginho scores for Arsenal. Yeah, 3-2 Arsenal. Again, J5 is the threat. I like that. They're going to enjoy that one quite well. Jorginho just scored a great goal. You guys don't want to know who just scored. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are saying it already. J5 won it for them. It doesn't matter. He took the shot. He bought the ticket and he won a lottery. Typical SCFC player. Usually, CFC players that join Arsenal, they don't do well. It looks like his case is going to be different. Is that J5 only open goals again? Sorry, on goal. It doesn't matter. It still counts. He took the shot in the first place. Jorginho is a disgrace. You couldn't write this. No, who could? You guys don't like a J5 again so much that you're happy. It's all good. I talk to them, not me. Courtney, how are you doing, bro? It's been a minute. He never kick a shot. This is going to be hilarious. I think I need to go to Twitter as soon as possible, really. This really pains me. I know. I'm seeing that. As if being hungover wasn't enough. You deal with it. I didn't go with you. Jorginho scores. Yeah. Kimso, how are you doing? Again, I think with that, we've come to the natural end of the show. I don't know, DJ, you have anything else to add, brother?
No, no. Listen, and just listen to the comments about about J5 the traitor. Yeah, yeah. Well, what can we say, mate? He's never struck a beautiful shot this for Chelsea in his career, mate. He's just gone.
Probably never in his life.
It looks like it's
does
going to be.
today. Now
It's four. It's goal number 4. They've just finished it all off. Oh well, that's done. Yeah. So
they scored the 4th one.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't have missed it. It's such an open goal it was. If they'd missed it, you'd say, "Oh my god!" But no, but no, nothing more to really say. Hopefully, we'll win today, mate.
We've got an important game up for a corner.
Yeah, he did, and they just broke from that. Yeah, hopefully we win today, Coach. We've got to win today, mate. It's a vital game for us today.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah. No, but other than that,
it's only 50 minutes amount scores again. Scores ahead of today. Then what? What mad? Jorginho hates goals from open play. So again, that instead of putting the ball in the net himself, he passed it to the keeper. I can't wait to go to Twitter. I'm wasting time now. We need again to be on whatever this Arsenal team is on. Again, their mentality. They have the spirit, the fighting spirit, everything. Even though they don't have the deepest squad, but whoever comes on even from the academy, you still see that fighting spirit. That makes a whole lot of difference. Their mentality is something else. They went down twice and still came back. Again, the disgrace was for us to sell our vice captain mid-season. Make it make sense. I didn't like that, really, honestly. I knew he was going to leave, but I didn't expect him to go to Arsenal. Jorginho never did this at Chelsea. Well, he's found a place. Maybe they're giving him confidence to try from outside the 18. Again, hanging away to Jorginho, it's not going to happen. DJ, were you saying something?
No, bro. Just listen to you guys. No, that's cool.
Okay. Anybody else has anything else to say? I want to call it a day. I have to go eat something before we start that game.
I'll speak to you chaps later. Enjoy the game.
All right. See you during the first half again, because usually at the end of the first half. All right, Ty, DJ, again, bro, again, my people, much love to you guys. See you guys later.
Peace.
And everybody in the chat from Luis Rivera, Latest is Greatness, Phil, it's Kami, Glenn, Cobra, Bobby Fairview, everyone is in the chat. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. See you guys during the Watch Along show. I have to go grab something to eat. Thank you. God bless us all, and bye.
Bye.